I get to sit here and listen to my own music. Hang on a moment while we wait a moment. See if everybody gets in. I just ate a lot of food, so I'm like enjoying the sensation of all the food I ate today. The thing I'm concerned with is that I don't know at showing my phone. Sent the stream elements in it, but it did not reach me. Let's see if it's working. Ah, yeah, it's working. Just being silly. Alrighty. And I have a controller set aside. I actually have a controller for playing on PC now. I can do that. I can play games on PC. So, let's see. I have this open. I'm gonna turn the... That'll do. So, I was told to play this, and I don't really know what I got into. All I know is that it is called Problem Sleuth. That's all I got. I was told to play it, though. I don't know if I should start right away. Like, looking at it, reading it, just like, oh yes, you are one of the top problem sleuths in the city. Solicitations for your service are numerous in quantity. Compensation? Adequate. It is a balmy summer evening. You are feeling particularly hard-boiled tonight. What will you do? And the only options you have are quickly retrieve arms from safe. And I was greeted with this. That is all I understand as to what I am dealing with in regards to what Problem Sleuth is. Was told to play it because people can redeem for games. Just how it works, but I did not know more other than this first page. That's all I got. I'll probably... Like, part of me wants to just start playing and see what happens. You have cookies enabled, you can save your spot in the story. Click save game, and when you return to the site, click load game to return to where you... I'm surprised that they have the means to do so. I'm not the most familiar with web tech in that sense. Like, I've made websites before, because I had to make websites as part of my college curriculum in game design. But I never actually learned how to do stuff like doing cookies or doing... So there are certain things like saving information like that from visit to visit is not something that I ever got around to doing very often, if at all. I might as well just... I can replay it. I don't know how long this will be. I also need to double check it. Set up the music thing, but I don't think I set it up. I did not. I need to do that really quick. I didn't think about... I did not think about that. Albums. Mainly because I need to remember how I did the thing. You remember how I did the... I think I know how to make it work, but I am... shuffling. Oh, it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Okay, let's see. Retrieve arms from safe. Oh, I see. Retrieve arms from safe. You already got arms, numbnuts. Retrieve your gun. There are dames to be rescued. I see. Alright, I see what humor we're going with. I see. Alright. You are quite positive there's never been a gun in your office. And never will be. Frankly, the notion strikes you as reckless and foolhardy. Break through glass with fist to unlock door. Don't click on anything else. Nope. Cannot click on anything else here. I see. You don't know why you are assuming the door will be locked. You don't usually keep the door to your office locked. Nonetheless, a guy this hard-boiled doesn't go messing around with totally unmanly things like knobs. You send your meaty fist glassward. Thud. It seems there never was a glass element to this door. It's just a piece of paper taped to it. What? What? Take the piece of paper. The piece of paper was added to your inventory. Manhandle the doorknob. There are dames to be rescued. This is so bizarre. The door is locked. Funny, you don't remember locking it. All the royal locksmith. The most plain obvious course of action is to call a locksmith. You examine the phone. While it appears to be hooked up to an active phone line, the rotary dial and receiver cord are both missing. You won't be talking to anyone on this phone. Check pockets and desk drawers for phone parts. Unfortunately, your desk has no drawers, since it is a board resting on some cinder blocks with faux wood panel siding. Your pocket, however, yields bountiful returns. You find some candy corn. You know, it's funny is that I know this is a very visual novel-esque version of a detective game, but I'm very confused. Get key. Oh, I see. You pick up the gun. The grip is cold against your palm. This is your only friend in the world right now. It's gonna be a long night. What? Store candy corn in safe. What? I have no idea what I've been put onto. Very confusing. Play the next. I'm gonna play something else. I like this one a lot. Probably one of my favorite songs I've written. Mainly just because it's very goofy. While also being kind of cool. I have no earthly idea what's happening with this game, though. Like, it's referred to as a game, and I will say this stretches the meaning of game, but I do find it fascinating. If very bizarre. Or candy corn and save. Because the actual game element of it is just taking in this very bizarre story. Because I don't actually know if this counts as... It sounds weird to me, but I don't know how to count this as a game. This does feel like it stretches the meaning a little bit. Because I think... I wonder if web comics like this... Because they stretch the meaning of it. I know there was some webcomic a long time ago that was... It had animated elements to it. And it's interesting because I don't know if these... They use the same tech and they use the same techniques, but they aren't games in that sense. Found the combination to your save. It's probably hidden somewhere in your office. You decided to examine a piece of paper. Yeah, because this is only... The thing about this is that the reason it's very hard for me to classify this as a game is because there's only one... It's mostly just an interesting webcomic more than a game. Like, it says load game and save game, but so far up to this point, there has been no game. It's just been clicking links. Like, because this is just a link. These are all just links and extensions on a web page, which could classify, but it's more like you're reading a very graphic book. Like, graphically, like it's a graphical novel, really. Eureka, you've discovered a sequence of numerals. Open safe. You'll use sequence of numerals on the safe. Safe doesn't seem to work. It appears to be a replica of a safe's facade, concealing something beneath it on the wall. There's a painting of a clown under the safe cover. What? I am so confused by the absurdity of this. I like the guy's face, though. I think he's fun. Look under the fake wood paneling of the desk. What the? There's a flask of whiskey under the desk. Get ye flask. What the? You pick up flask of whiskey. Drink the whiskey, remember the good old days. Okay, how do you expect to drink from the flask of whiskey when it's not in your jacket pocket? Exchange gun for whiskey, then drink. Swap the key for the flask of whiskey, wield it accordingly. Ow. You topple backwards onto your desk. I don't really know I don't know what's going on with it, frankly. Use the key on the door and open it. You re-equip your gun. What the? You re-equip your gun so you can blow a hole in the lock to open the door. Looks like your gun only has one bullet left. Are you sure you want to use it this way? You might need it in case you have to off yourself later. Like what is taped under? Oh. Stoop to look at the bottom of the phone. Your finger slips and you blow the lock off the door. Oh, he shot somebody. Never mind, what's under the phone? Busts are us. A good way to get ahead. 5318008. Probably a brothel, considering the lame double entendre slogan. And the phone numbers, which if turned upside down spells boobies. I see. Take card. I see. Put the Bust Are Us card in your inventory. You also put the phone upright and back on its hook. Make sure you don't miss any important calls from would-be clients. I really don't know what this is. Walk out of the room through the now locked door. Door still will not open. Appears that it was never locked in the first place. Something must be obstructing its path. Look through the newly made hole in the door. No wonder the door won't open. Blocking it is an enormous and magnificent bust of Ben Stiller in his role as Starsky in the 2004 Retromania comedy remake of Starsky and Hutch. Lying on the floor appears to be an unfortunate bystander, an employee of Busts Are Us. Is polishing the bust right in front of your door for some reason. Take the bust sunglasses? What? Can't reach them. In any case, they are probably just a part of the statue and not actual sunglasses. Spend the next half hour trying to reach them. I am so I'm lost in the earthly experience of what is this? What is all of this? Take a closer look at the mysterious clown picture. The painting is exquisite. But really? Is it really now? There's something funny about his eyes, though. Light seems to be shining from the other side. Look through the eyes of the clown. Too bright in this room to see anything. You think you hear a voice, though. You can't tell what it is saying. Throw a cinder block at the door. You're just so angry about not being able to reach those sunglasses, you're about to lose it. You first consolidate all the scrapped wood into a neat pile, then hoist the block towards the door. Next. Sounds like something was knocked loose on the other side. Peer out the window to see what floor you're on. Face east. What the heck am I? What is that? What on earth? Face east in the room to look out the window. Bright sunlight floods the room through the glass. You've always been a stickler for natural light. This is the only source of light in this room. Makes it particularly strange is the fact that it is 10 o'clock in the evening. What? I will say, as a story, the absurdity of this, it's both charming and a bit bizarre, because it is extremely confusing to have a story that kind of just makes no sense for the sake of it. Like, that's just kind of intriguing, to be honest. But it's very bizarre, and again, I'm still trying to see when and if it offers something that's game-like. Because mostly so far, it's just been a very bizarre visual novel themed after being a hard-boiled detective, if being very goofy about it. Take a look outside. It's the view of your third-floor office. You gaze abstractedly at the commotion below. Same scene, same faces every day. Like it hardly ever changes. Not that you can afford to pay much attention to scenery, with your mind wrapped around the latest problem, the sleuth, and your lips around your flask. Ask the movers with the moving van to remove Starsky's statue. Shout toward the moving truck, hoping somebody might be able to bust your problem, so to speak. Do the best pantomime of Penn Stiller as a Starsky statue, but it doesn't seem like anyone could see or hear you. Throw cinder block at window, thereby discovering it is fake. You think you have a pretty good idea about how your office works by now. Acting upon this hunch, you hoist another cinder block glassward. Uh-huh. Look. Pick up shard of glass and put it in your inventory. Okay. No clue is too trivial for the key in problem sleuth. Your motto is let no inventory go uncluttered. Look at all this inventory we have. What is happening with this? What's that? Oh god. Catch a glimpse of the reflection in the glass. It's the wall behind you. Turn around. Now facing south, you pause to marvel at the beauty of your office wall mural celebrating ethnic diversity. You had it commissioned some time ago by a promising young artist. Best 11,000 you ever spent. What? What am I truly taking in right now? Uh-huh. Read the note under the coffee. Madam Mural, bring all your fantasies. Here's to be another business card. At a glance, one might think it was a calling card for a lady of the night named Muriel, with a typo in her name, given the poor spelling exhibited elsewhere. But on closer inspection, it's more of a misspelling of mural, given the smudged out pun about walls. The suggestion in the phone number is probably regarding the old coat of paint rather than anyone's clothes. It's an easy enough mistake to make, though. You feel sorry for anyone who at this point may have called while under the wrong impression. What? So confusion. The best way I can describe this is I am so confused. Using the chair, cinder block, and paneling make a fort. What? You stash the Madame Mural card in your inventory. Said about making a really cool fort in your office. It is complete with a front step and a chimney. You're really proud of your craftsmanship. What? What? Use your imagination to play make-believe. Inside your fort, you're only bound by the walls of your imagination and several small pieces of particle board. Fantasize. It is about... He's fantasizing about being a hardcore detective. Are you serious right now? This is what being a hard-boiled detective hard-boiled problem sleuth is all about. About being a strong silent type, oozing with confidence, charisma, and other fine qualities, such as not being trapped in your own office. About having a working phone, a real desk. Not one, but 2 steak dinners. And some hysterical broad on the line yakking about some fellas she's got troubles with. It's always the same thing with dames. You cover yourself in the sublime fantasy by now, and then saying things into the phone such as, hey, calm down a second, Toots, and hey, take it easy, sweetheart. You better say a word, just say it. Ring, ring. Your call is rudely interrupted by a ringing noise. It can't be the phone because you're already on it. Ring, ring. Something is ringing in your office. Check it out. Answer the phone in a very hard-boiled way. Oh, the phone is actually ringing. What? Pick up the phone and mutter some impatient greetings into the useless receiver. There is no response. It looks like you lost another client to tech. Yeah, because this is an old-style phone. Wouldn't it need a cord? That's a bit unfortunate. Throw the devil phone out the window. You're fed up with your shitty phone. It screwed you out of a case for the last time. Go look. You're probably going to need to get that back somehow. The cinder block and the phone are just out there now. Crack open window. Even though the window is broken, you decide to open it. Slide the lower panel upward, but the whole window frame seems to slip from its anchored position. The window comes off the wall altogether. Upon closer inspection, it seems to be a false window with a picture inside. The picture is lit from within, sort of like a sophisticated light box. What? Wait, what? So he threw a cinder block through the window and took the entire window off? What? How? What? The window and light box is plugged into the wall behind it. The false window is concealing a large safe. Place false window in inventory. False window is too big to carry around, stupid, but you did find a curtain rod just under the top edge. You never did get around to putting up drapes. Then again, it never did make much sense to cover up the only source of light in your office. Put the curtain rod in your inventory. I'm so confused right now by all of this. Put the curtain rod in your inventory. Use numbers from sheet of paper to open the safe. You examine the heavy-duty safe. You must be keeping some serious loot in here. Enter the combo. You enter the sequence of numbers from the piece of paper. The combination works. However, instead of opening the safe, the dial has simply popped open to reveal a keyhole. It looks like it requires a key that looks more like a house key or a car key rather than one of those old-fashioned looking keys that tend to be littered all over video games. Which you are quite sure you have never seen one once since lying around in your office. You don't need the piece of paper anymore. I'll put it up and throw it away. Guard the piece of paper. Shoot safe. Your key is out of bullets. What? Get cinder block and phone receiver out of false window. A long way down. You'll have to think of a way to reel them back in if you want them. Back. Unplug the window to conserve electricity. You unplug the false window, which is probably burning through electricity with powerful fluorescent bulbs and strange spatial warping properties. You're not made of money. The room goes dark. I'm actually more confused at the actual absurd nature of this entire place, because clearly the rules don't actually work in the way that I expect the rules to work, so I'm very confused, but very intrigued. Through the eyes of the clown. The room darkened, you should be able to see through the painting. Yeah, Zooks, it's another urban mural. This one is particularly unpleasant. You have a feeling it might have just been placed there to annoy you. Hear a voice from the other side. It's hard to tell what it is saying, but you can make out the words toots and sweetheart now and then. Hard to tell how far away the mural is. The clown's eyes are so close together, you can only see through one at a time. You wonder what kind of freak this painting was made for. Only had some sort of thin, extendable implement to poke through the hole to tell how far away it is. Push the curtain rod through one of the clowns. Feel the curtain rod bump into something not too far from the... Go look at the unobstructed view. What the... It is the adjacent office. The man at the desk is talking to a client about some sort of problem which requires sleuth. It is your loathsome arch nemesis Ace Dick. He is always scooping you on the best cases. That portly son of a bitch makes your blood boil. Shout insults at Ace Dick through the clown painting. Shout, but he cannot hear you. The walls may be too thick, or he is just engrossed in his conversation. Sounds like he's arguing about it over a misunderstanding about the nature of the services provided by Bustar Us. An alarmingly large bill for those services. In the darkness, you stub your toe on the false safe cover. You utter more profanity. Plug the damn window back in. Inflated electric bills or not, you're getting sick of stubbing your toe on thing. Drop kick the door. The door bears the brunt of the bottled up shitstorm brewing within. Oh, and he has like comic panels. That's cute. Examine aftermath of shitstorm. The key, which you can't actually see and don't actually know is there, jingled a bit. You'll have to throw something heavier against the door if you want it to not get loose. This guy's covered in a sign. What? Covered in the paper. Take the cinder block, which was formerly your fort's front step. Decided you could stand to part with it since you've been stubbing your toe on it constantly since you built it. Bonk. Key still won't jingle loose. It looks like you'll need to throw an even heavier object at the door. Since Ace seems so intent on being able to see into your office, it looks like... Oh my god. He really is just getting really mean about it, huh? Dash the note to Ace Dick. Investigate coffee machine looking object in the corner. What the? I swear, every time the room turns, it just gets weirder every time. It appears to be some kind of heating unit to keep the coffee hot. It looks heavy. Look it up. It is quite heavy and hot. You contemplate throwing it at the door, but something occurs to you to first. You don't want to knock the keys to the floor and not be able to reach them. RE the sunglasses fiasco. You better be prepared to catch them in something after you throw it. Use hat as a key net, then throw a coffee maker. Just resolve to catch the key with your hat. You let the ponderous appliance fly. With quick reflexes, you shove your hat through the hole in time to rescue the key. Hat back in. You got the safe key. You can't think of a safer place for it than where it is now. Play message on the reel-to-reel. Should I strip first? Yes, you will want to strip thoroughly before I provide my service. Okay, I'm stripping now. You keep the hidden recording device in your office to record anything said that might be incriminating. Unfortunately, the only incriminating statements it recorded were likely made by yourself. Pop the safe key with the candy corn. Your prized confections will be safer here. Through the clown eyes into Ace Dick's office. Okay. Remember, you're pissed off at Ace Dick, in addition to which you haven't been able to pee once in the 13.5 hours you've been locked in your office. You decide to exact revenge by unleashing a torrent of urine through one of the painting holes, preferably while he's spying on you. Unfortunately, your aim isn't that good, and you don't even come close to getting pee through the holes. The painting is now a smelly mess. Down the safe. You unlock the safe with the... You unlock the safe with the safe key. The safe opens to reveal a hidden room. You don't have the safe key anymore, so you discard it. Wrap yourself in recording tape. See, this is why I kind of feel like this isn't necessarily a game. It just feels like a parody of a game. It feels like a visual novel pretending to be a game. And visual novels all, can be video games, but not all visual novels are games. There's a weird... The way I delineate it is if a visual novel has elements that involve the player, that is when we have, that's when we get to that, then it's a game. It sounds weird to describe it like that, but like, if you can read a visual novel and there's no actual agency, it's more just a book. Though technically by that logic, that would mean that choose your own adventure novels would classify as games, but they kind of are. They're just book-shaped games. Because you do have agency to choose which decisions you want to go down when you're in a choose your own adventure novel. This has so far just been a parody of visual, of like detective games. Wow, what a waste of, what an effing waste of time. Barge into the room with wild abandon. What the? Chapter 2 of 22? That can't be real. I'm gonna save my game though. Blank below. Okay. You enter your secret chamber. It's a dark alcove you use to store a few modest valuables and duck until whenever you're on a case and things start to get too hot to handle, which is never. Check out the paper on the floor. F off, asshole. Here's to be a note delivered to you from Ace Dick. It smells like a little like pee. You hate him so much. You stashed the unpleasant note in your inventory. Play a haunting tuba refrain. Can't do that. You can't do it. Yeah, that tuba is filthy. The paper on the wall. Second-hand hornography. Handling your dirty instruments since 1920. Another business card for an intriguing trade. Some of these services sound really exotic. The card in your inventory. I really hope that they were just joking when they said chapter 2 of 22. This is wild. Get in dummy elevator. Climb into the elevator, something called a dumbwaiter. Pitch black inside, there's only one direction to go. Dumbwaiter goes down a little bit and then stops as far as it goes. The interior is somewhat illuminated from light coming in through a slit on the wall you're facing. It looks like you can slip through it as long as they are narrow enough. Too hard to see anything, but you hear a voice again. Ace Dick's office again. He's still on the phone and sounds really surly. Seems quite upset about a mix-up involving a large stone bus instead of some other service he believed he was getting. Okay. Seems to be wondering if he has the right business card. Feed your Bus R Us card through slot. Deposit this, and you deposit into the slot the Bus R Us card. But pee on the card beforehand. A little too late. You realize you should have peed on the card before to stick it to Ace. You decided to pee on it anyway. That scene. Ace Dick picks up the card and puts it in his inventory. He considers the card carefully. Next, he calls the number, hoping this one will bring satisfaction. After a little while, some more. What is this? Looks like Ace got the better of you once again. What? I'm so confused. I'm so lost by this. Take swig from flask of whiskey. Okay. Feelings of dejection overwhelm you. You're tired of being shown up by a rival. He gets everything. All the good cases, the women, the ability to open his office door. You'd wager he'd even enjoys the lion's share of the candy corn. Down a stiff belt from your flask of whiskey. Experience a boost in your imagination. Suddenly you're entirely dissatisfied with the condition of these horns. It's an absolute disgrace. You won't stand for it. You set about polishing the instruments, but it seems your imagination is too high to conduct normal day-to-day activities. You topple some of the horns. The clarinet breaks. If only there was some place that could serve as a proper outlet for such a high degree of imagination till the condition passed. Back to the old fort. Your heightened state of imagination, you fall down the stairs. You better get to the safety of your fort fast. You're no good to anyone out here. Feel safe and sound in the cozy confines of your wobbly particle board walls. Drift into a realm of make-believe. Next. Oh my god. Yeah, he's zooted. And is out there. What's happening? What is this game? Like, not really a game anymore, is it? It's just... Next. You stand in your imaginary office. With the mind, anything is possible. Your imaginary phone is ringing. Phone. You answer the phone in the best Depression-era fast-talking way possible. On the other line is a hysterical dame. Tell her to calm down and give you the skinny on what all the hubbub is about. Her answers are vague and one-dimensional. This case is quickly going nowhere. It turns out your imagination sucks. Take dinners with hands. Steak dinners have been sitting around for a while. They are both spoiled. Gorge yourself on imaginary candy. They don't taste as good as real candy corn. Nevertheless, it gives your pulchritude a small boost. I'm so confused. I am so lost. Try to take imaginary gun back to real world. Pick up the gun. You'd like to bring it back with you, but you cannot fathom how that is possible. Stride confidently through office door. You exit your office into the hallway. Go harass Ace. You burst into Ace Stick's imaginary door, rolling up your non-existent sleeves. But he is nowhere to be found. His imaginary room is empty. Most likely because Ace is currently not using his imagination. Leave room. You exit, but not before you leave an imaginary present on the floor. You are now facing south in the hallway. Guy room. Hear noises behind the door. It sounds like swing music and riotous times being had. Whoever is in this office probably has a terrific imagination, but the door is locked. Follow the exit. Feel your imagination beginning to fade, so you hurry downstairs to the imaginary street. What? You find your motley collection of items which you earlier threw out the window in a fit of rage, stupidity, or both. I know nothing about this. ODaM, are you in any way familiar with Homestuck? No. Here's the thing I have, Crooked, is that the most I understand of any of this is that Hecko redeemed for it, and I've been reading it for the last 30 minutes to myself, thinking about what on earth I'm dealing with. I have been reading this. Okay, then we're on the same page. See, you know what's really funny, Crooked? You basically are at the same level of understanding I am, having just gotten here. I am still so confused as to what I signed up for. And I've been listening to my own music for the last, for a little bit too, and it's very confusing. I know nothing about Homestuck. I just know that a lot of people on the internet like it. That's all I got. All I understand is that people like it. That's all I know. I have never actually known I don't know what it is. I know that it is a webcomic, but I don't understand. Look up at your office window. See a familiar face through the window. A friendly face. What? Your imagination wears off. I see. You experience the lingering effects of your imagination. The stat remains at the same level, but no longer affords you any advantages. However, you remain just as useless in the real world. I see. You're going to need to figure out a way to sober up fast. Chug coffee with no regard for temperature. Drink the coffee, which is lukewarm. It is foul, bitter, and ridiculously strong. Only drink a little of it. Your imagination is reduced, while your Vim enjoys a healthy boost. Feel terrific now. I see. It is a fiddle and bristling with coordination. 2 pieces of candy corn fall on the floor. Get my candy corn. You put the candy corn into your hat. Phone is ringing. What? Go check it out. Your phone is now missing 3 components, making it that much more difficult to answer this call from an undoubtedly hysterical dame. Only you could think of a way to reel in objects from the weird Windows mind space universe. Flip window upside down and shake to retrieve phone. You try to shake your belongings from the blasted portal. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I also don't know how long this is. I just know that it exists. It appears to run on Etch-a-Sketch technology. Make lasso out of tape and pull phone back in. Oh, thank you, Pojo, for the lurk. Yeah, so far this has just been a very confusing, visual, website graphic novel. It's basically been a webcomic this entire time. You pull the magnetic tape to form a lasso. Maybe you could reel in your belongings this way. However, you think the tape lasso is too light and flimsy to throw out the window with any significant distance or accuracy. Need something to weigh it down. Oh, I need to stretch a little bit. I think the thing that's confusing me the most about this is every single time I think that I understand the rules of this universe, I don't. Because it's been a couple times now where I've been reading and then just cut to the chase and use cinder block. You tie the tape to a cinder block using it as an anchor. I already know this is going to go horribly wrong. Examine the mural for hidden clues. So the other cinder block is now down there on top of... I see. I see. I think it's doing that to be funny. It's like there's a level of absurdism where, like, surrealism that you get to, like... There's this line. It's not well defined and it's very blurry. But there's a level of absurdity where you start going from being funny. Like, Looney Tunes is in the middle where it's, like, just absurd enough that you can... I would say that this is not something to take as a puzzle game, but a series of expectations and surprises. Yeah. Like, this is supposed to be set up in Punchline, and it's just a continuing line of it. But there's a level of absurdity where you start going from still having rules to you've entered the level of surreal and absurd that it's now become incomprehensible in terms of trying to actually assign anything to it. And I think that's what this is that it's dived so far deep into absurdity that the only rule is that there is no rules. It looks like there are 2 holes in the mural. They're spaced far enough apart, just wide enough for somebody with sensible human anatomy to look through with both eyes. I see. Let's look through them. You unplug the window again and have a gander. Problem Sleuth is impolite, very rude. Star, heart, omega. But unpleasant note. You can tell using your depth perception that the note is very close, only a few inches from your face. Poke curtain rod at note. A painting of an elf jostles on the other side. It falls to reveal a safe. The safe pops open, revealing a painting of an elf. What the? Look through elf hole. It is the office of another one of your competitors, Pickle Inspector. What? He looks dazed, as if perhaps he's been trapped in his office for some time. There are strange glass containers in the corner. You wonder if there might be a business card, worded professionally, of course, for a glass blower somewhere in his office. It's perhaps taped to something, like a cinder block, or the back of an elf painting. His office is dark for some reason. Suddenly you hear noises coming from Ace Dick's office. You figure as long as your office is dark, you might as well check on him through the clown holes. There is something to be said for the level of actual absurdity of this game. Supposedly. Yeah, the problem I have is that I don't know if I keep saying game because it says game on screen, but also I don't know if I can classify this as a game. But I don't know. Like, on the one hand, it is as close to being a game as any visual novel is, but it's also, it has less choice than a visual novel does. The horse tied Ace Dick up in a chair and stole his phone. The Huggy Bear bust is cracked open, and the treasure, which was undoubtedly stashed inside, has been stolen too. He's probably tortured for the information. Rejoice. You celebrate by mustering one of the silliest dances you've attempted in hours. What on earth? You know, with, man. Ace Dick hears your shenanigans from the other side. He seems to be pleading for a way to cut the rope. Try to get the hutch bust's attention. Can't imagine how to get a statue's attention. You begin to covet the hutch bust and whatever secrets it guards. Climb down the tape to retrieve your thing. The reel's way too weak to hold your weight. It will probably only be able to support and reel in lighter objects. Activate the reel to reel. Oh, yeah? The reel begins to turn, pulling the tape taut. Cinder block below does not budge. If the tape is retied to a lighter object, it will likely be pulled in through the window automatically. Give Ace piece of glass to cut rope. Go back into the back room and down the elevator. Slip glass through slot. Ace receives the shard of glass. He uses it to cut himself free. You are now Ace Dick. What? After all, he did. You begin to question this feud. What? Heck, how's it going? This exact format is Homestuck, from what I understand of it. It was somewhat interactive from what I've heard, but yet I've also heard it adapted in a series of huge books in my local Barnes & Noble. That's interesting. I didn't know that they did that. That's amazing. Also, Hecko, we have been here for about 40 minutes. I am so confused. I am so confused. I am so confused. How's it going today? Also, everybody, I hope everyone's had a good Happy Mother's Day. I had dinner with my mom, and we got to hang out. It was nice. We hung out, and we had some people over. It was nice. I hope everybody got to have a good Mother's Day. And a good Sunday, of course. But yeah, we've been at it for a while. Confused? You know, Hecko, a little bit. A little bit. I know that some webcomics, when they get adapted to books, they drop some of the interactive elements and become honest-to-goodness books, like just stories, so it's interesting. It's interesting that they drop the branching narratives for a book and slim it down. Let's see. You are now Ace Dick. You begin to question this feud you've been embroiled in with your neighbor for so long. After all, he did just give you the number for some honest-to-God whores, even if they did ultimately rob you. He also just helped you escape. Maybe it's time to bury the hatchet and help him out of his office. You feel you should get some supplies from your safe first, though. Only you can remember the combination. Check behind paper stuck to door for combo. Can't pull it off, it's stuck fast. Maybe a heavy object will knock it loose. Throw a hutch bust at it. Using your extraordinary strength due to your unusually high Vim characteristic, you lift the bust. I will say, Hecko, I am very confused, but I'm also very amused. Send the Owen Wilson Paper word. Next. The bus crashed through the wall, knocking out an employee of Madame Mural. He was wheeling a portable scaffold into place to prepare for some mural work. Looks like he's in bad shape now. The hutch had cracked open, exposing riches. Looks like one of the horses may have taken Starsky's sunglasses. What? I don't think they slimmed down the Homestuck book. It's a series of thick graphic novels. Interesting. I also have no idea about Homestuck. I just know that when I was in middle and high school, it was in like the peak of its popularity. There were a lot of people who read it. So I don't hear about it much anymore. It might have just fallen into like it is now the normal thing, you know, that now there is just something that a lot of people like, but it's not per se as prevalent as it used to be. But I don't know, it's interesting. So another guy who got hit in the face with something. This is the post Homestuck timeline. Really? I did not know this lore, but that's interesting. Scaffolding continues rolling, coming to a stop in front of your door, jamming it shut. You're now trapped in your office too. You and Problem Sleuth will have to work together if you want to escape. Proceed commands with Ace drink with AD and Problem Sleuth with PS. Oh, I see. So now, do I actually? I mean IRL. Oh, I see. No, that's what I mean. Like, so it came out after, not the game calc. So this came out after Homestuck. It's just on the site. I see. I am so lost. No. Oh, like, wait, what? This came out first. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, I was just trying to understand what you said. So this is the post Homestuck timeline. I mean IRL. Yeah, so yeah, we are post Homestuck now. Yes. So but this came out before Homestuck. AD reach through window and move scaffolding out of the way. Scaffolding is jammed in place. It seems the brake for the wheels was triggered after it came to a stop. Can't push it away either. The top just bumps against the ceiling. There's no climbing out of the window with your portly frame because of the scaffold bars. Unless someone comes to help you, or you find a blowtorch to melt through the bars, you're probably not getting out of this office anytime soon. Nice try, though. Okay, forget it then. Okay. 80, pick up Tommy gun. Okay, so I beg your pardon. What? Get the phone pieces sitting around. Put the phone parts in your inventory. Wait, did I just lose? Wait, where'd the gun go? 80, slip PS's phone parts. Okay. Slip the phone parts through the slot to an awaiting Problem Sleuth. But he's not waiting for them in the dumbwaiter. Phone parts fall somewhere into the dark shaft below. Nice work, Bonehead Mick F up. That's good. 80, look inside Huggy Bear statue for... There's a hammer in the broken Snoop Dogg bust. You place the hammer into your inventory. What the... I was reading this while it said live. Yeah, this is... I'm so lost. I'm just so confused. Yes, climb halfway out window, then unplug window. No, wait, don't do that. The window comes loose. Oh, how do I go back? The window loses its extra-dimensional portal properties and severs you midway through. You are dead. Go back. No, wait, don't do that. I see. You're not sure what you were thinking. I see. I see. So updated daily, it wasn't released as a whole game. You know what? Honestly, if I were making something like this, where it's like a website-based thing, I could very easily see this being pretty hard to program. Because, let me think. Okay, this would have been mid to late 2000s, if I'm remembering correctly. Also, I'm going to skip this. Actually, no, I'm not. But if I recall correctly, it's mid to late 2000s that this would have been coming out, right? If I'm remembering correctly. So that would have been... Some of the actions were crowdsourced. Oh, I see. I see. So looking at this as an artifact of that time, then... we would that would explain the absurdity, because not every action was making sense, because it's just quite literally being built as it was being written every week. So it wasn't really being like put together like that. Behind the poster is another clown drawn directly on the metal. Under the paper is a long game code. It's probably the code you can use to return to a particular state of the game. You put it in your inventory. 80, pounds on keys before they disappear. You pick up the ring of keys. Okay, that's good. Armed with your Tommy gun, you're one hard-boiled lug. Nobody messes with this tough guy, see? Yes, go into dumbwaiter so you can receive an item. Go down into the dumbwaiter. Ace Dick tries to give you an item, but the hammer is too big to fit into the slot. Ace gives you all of his business cards instead. In return, you give him your collection of unpleasant notes. 80 examine note. You recognize both of these notes. You wrote and delivered them to your neighbor to get his goat. One of them has something on the back. He wrote a rebuttal on the other side and taped it to the back of his fake safe for your viewing pleasure. Luckily, the combination of your safe is on this paper. Carelessly composed your note on this document without noticing. Open safe. You enter the combination. The smaller compartment opens to reveal 3 old-fashioned keyholes. Yeah, but if this game was in some ways crowdsourced, it does also intrigue me to think about the nature of the internet back then. Because if someone tried to crowdsource something like this nowadays, you'd have to come up with some data collection method. Because you couldn't just skim through all of the comments, because back then there was, it'd probably be about a couple dozen if you were going through that sort of thing. But as the internet's become more accessible, I actually find that you'd have hundreds at that point. Cloudy, I will hydrate really quick. How's it going today? Whew. I'm good making an emote. Ooh, very cool. Very excellent. I had to stretch a little bit. There we go. What's going on here? You have to unplug your large panoramic window from its portable generator first. What the? That's very good. Look through hold. What are we dealing with? Candy corn vampire? What the heck? You topple backwards onto your particle board desk. It was supported by a couple of smaller busts, including one of your favorites, Snoop Dogg from Soul Plane. This does feel like, okay, it definitely feels like a product of its time, thinking about these references. Throw Snoop Dogg through big window portal. First, you organize all of your particle board into a neat pile to reduce clutter. You're ready to Snoop for throwing. Okay, throw him. The bus crumbles against the rigid surface of the unplugged window. There's just no breaking the plane unless it's plugged in. Amidst the rubble are a couple pieces of candy corn and a small key. So what is this? From all I can understand, it's an interactive, like, graphics novel story? From what I understand, it's a very bizarre jab at, like, parody of detective stories. I'm a little lost myself, but that's kind of what I've gotten so far. Examine the cruet next to the Snoop Dogg bust. First, you plug the window back so you stop stubbing your toe on things. Stubbing your toe is known to be brutal on your pulchritude stat. Pick up the cruet of brandy. I see. Examine rope. You pick up the rope. Use Tommy gun on safe keyholes. Use your ring of keys to unlock the keyholes on the safe. I see. TV Trope categorizes this as a webcomic. Game FAQ considers it a puzzle game. Interesting. I'm very intrigued as to why. Because, well, and also why there's a discrepancy. Because the fact that there's a discrepancy between the two is weird. Because if it's classified by one as a webcomic and then one as a puzzle game, it makes me wonder if, just like how I was saying earlier, that there is a divide between what you would consider a game and what you would consider a comic. Interesting. Throw hammer through window. Now that the window is plugged in, you may effectively vent your rage with a heavy object. The hammer shatters the glass and falls to the street far below your penthouse office suite. Oh, then now there's a dead guy. What? Get candy corn in preparation of your own vampire act. Pick up candy corn and small key. Look through con picture of at 8. 80 candy corn vampire. Ace Dick ate the candy corn. He's an unimaginative, loud, and all-around wet blanket. I see. I also have no idea how long this is. I just know that I've already been here for a little bit, and I am so confused. Ace enjoys a small boost in pulchritude from the candy. His modest pulchritude gauge is now maxed out. He inadvertently swallowed the small key along with the candy corn. It is now safely stored in his stomach. Build for it. He figures it's about time to do something constructive for a change. Your stout bunker of particle board is a smashing success. The Zoolander chimney is the jewel in its crown. At this rate, you won't finish tonight. What? AD, see what you have stashed in the safe. Can't reach the opening. You would stand on the chair, but you don't think it's quite high enough. Besides, it's now built into your fort, so there's obviously no coming back. Throw 4 out window. That's the stupidest idea you've ever had. Use bus stands as a step to access the... By stacking 2 bus stands, you can easily reach the safe opening. Go inside. Your secret hideaway, a great place for ducking into and being persecuted by unscrupulous whores. Acrid fumes from the room fill your nostrils. Are you serious, Hecko? Because I'm so lost by that. Go up dumbwaiter. Next. The dumbwaiter goes up, revealing the phone parts which had fallen down the shaft earlier. While you're at it, you can pose another unpleasant note on the back of one of the others and slip it through the slot. Get phone parts and hook them up to your phone. The phone is now 2/3 complete. It's ringing again. You're going to need that receiver. Exit dumbwaiter. Okay. Open door lock with Tommy gun. Throw your ringing keys at the lock. They jangle uselessly against the door. Am I supposed to follow this if we move any faster? I'm a little... Yeah, that's why I'm a little bit like, okay, how? You're not sure what you expected to happen was going to happen. You can be dumb sometimes. The ring of keys ammo is down to 90%. So wait, are you actually serious? Like, all right, Hecko, I need to ask seriously. How long is this? Body terror? I'm actually confused, Hecko. How long is this? If this is like... it says here I'm at page 190. I have seen 190 pages of this. Pick up your Tommy gun. Use rope to escape office through window. You don't only need the rope to escape through the window. There is a fire escape stairway. You climb out onto the generator, out the window, and onto the stairs. Generator is chugging away. It is fueled by potent grain alcohol. Its fuel gauge is at 80%. Go downstairs. What the? The stairs enter the roof of an adjacent building. There is a pulley on the other side. There is a small skylight window on the center of the roof. Looking window. It's Pickle Inspector, the poor sap trapped in his office by that petty bastard Problem Smooth. He's currently at his fort. There's no light in his office. The skylight window must not be powered. You suddenly feel weird about standing on the other side of an unpowered window. Feels as though there will probably be metaphysical consequences. Probably less than 1,800 pages, but not by much. 1,800? What? How on earth are there 1,800 pages? A frightening beast appeared. P.S. Alert Pickle Inspector to turn on his window. I'm gonna skip this. You have a feeling your portly ally is in trouble somehow. You pound against the wall, but the inspector is in his fort, off in his own world. You decide to take the matter up with him directly. You take a healthy swig from your flask of whiskey to boost your imagination and duck into the... Address the beast. Appease the beast by doing the truffle shuffle. Wait, never mind. You really like the Goonies, and you think the beast probably does too, but you think a little restraint is called in for this situation. I don't know how far we'll get, but if we want to swap to something at some point, I do have something ready for that. Mainly just because I don't know if I'd be ready to go through 1,800 pages of all this. Use your keys to kill the beast. You squeeze the trigger of your Tommy gun and fill the creature with lead. The beast is unfazed. You are down to only 5% ammo. Doubt the remainder of your bullets will finish off the encroaching monster. Get out of here. You run up the stairs into the safety of your window. Vomit up key. You can't just vomit up things on command. That's ridiculous. On the other hand, while there's liquor in your system, that's a different story. Take a healthy swig of whiskey to restore some vim. Wait, well, okay, that's not whiskey, but you decide to open your cruet of brandy and throw back a stiff belt. The alcohol has no effect on your vim characteristic, but it quickly maxes out your crude little imagination. The room starts spinning. You'll need to duck into a safe place to expend the imagination fast. Go into full. So basically what I'm saying, what I'm hearing is that this entire story is three drunks who pretend to be detectives losing their minds in succession. You're standing in your imaginary office. You can hardly believe how shitty your imagination. What are those busts? Pick up poorly drawn gun. Head over to PI's place for imaginary. Problem Smooth is already there trying to get into the locked office. AD, knock furiously on the door. You shatter the glass with your beefy fist to look inside. It is Pickle Inspector's imaginary office. He sure knows how to live it up. I see. Echo, I can ask Kiev up for right now. Oh, very cool. You guys are having fun. You guys are gonna have fun with terror raids. Very cool. Let's see. He uses his potent imaginative powers to replace the broken door with one of solid steel. Problem Sleuth is gone. He probably went downstairs. You find Problem Sleuth on the street. He's rounding up items scattered on the street and tying them to the magnetic tape. It looks like he brought down a large bag of candy corn from his office. You may have considered tying it to the tape, but it is too heavy to be hauled up through the... It probably will need to be hauled up by something stronger like a rope. Perhaps one slung around a pulley. Then tape up with hammer and phone part. You let go of the tape. It is reeled in through the window with the items. Unfortunately, the hammer catches the window's power cord and unplugs it. Next. A terrifying beast appeared. You're both armed with imaginary weapons and ready for melee. Yes, get that dog-walking gentleman to help you out. The gentleman appears to be a brainless non-entity. I see. Event going on right? Yes. Use half-dead body as bait. Battle technique. Torso flail. Beast gobbles a torso. He's temporarily placated by the red meat. Fire at will. Imaginary guns seem to be no more effective than pea shooters. Ace's bullets barely manage to clear the barrel. Beast suffers minimal damage. Get closer and fire. You stand on the cinder blocks and take aim. Your POS gun jams and explodes. The beast takes significant damage. Ace Dick loses an imaginary life. Ace Dick has returned to the physical plane. You're feeling nauseous from the earlier boost to your imagination. You check on imaginary battle. Problem Sleuth has been slain by the beast. You wake up from your imaginary boss battle with a very real hangover. You quickly drink some coffee to restore your vim. I see. Plug window back in. Examine loot tied to tape. The recording device reeled in the phone receiver and the hammer. Put your phone back together. Finally, you can field some phone calls from flustered broads. You put the hammer in your inventory. All PI with newly assembled phone. You don't know Pickle Inspector's number or if he even has a phone. Besides, your rotary dial seems to have strange symbols on it rather than numbers. You vaguely recall seeing the sequence of symbols, star, heart, horseshoe. However, you can't quite remember the symbol star, heart, horseshoe. You'll need the piece of paper with star, heart, horseshoe written on it if you wish to remember the sequence star, heart, horseshoe. Search through your vomit to find the key. Pick up the small key. Well, thank you for not making me see it. Check if the key works on the lock in the safe room. You unlock the lock and open the door. Powerful fumes blast into your nostrils. Yes, use hammer to pry boards off in safe room. Pry the boards with the hammer. Before you can pry any off, the door swings open away from the boards. Here's the boards never actually started to obstruct the door in the first place. 80 MPS. You are now Pickle Inspector. Chapter 4 of 22. Last time I remind you to save. You're on your own from here. I am so lost. I am so actually lost by all of this right now. This is so bizarre. I'm so confused. We are at 2:30 though. That's good. Let's see. Examine your surroundings. Your door is blocked by something. Judging from the marks on the door, it looks like you attempted to open it with some sort of weapon. Hairpin on the floor. Okay. I am now the pickle. Okay, sweet. Armed with a machine gun, you are an unstoppable murdering machine. The heavy weapon is perfect for sating that burning desire to fill something with hot lead. Drop the machine gun. Your Vim characteristic is way too low to carry around such a heavy object. Yeah, I take a look out. Hole in the door. A trombone is wedged between the door and the wall. The horn is really rusty. It could use some serious pop. What? What? I was not aware of what we were coming into, but I guess we're here now. Yeah, replace the cover on the elf picture. It bothers you. This is too exciting for what we're dealing with right now. Try to push the save close, but it's too heavy. Your Vim is not nearly high enough. You're not sure what the elf painting cover went. Perhaps an elf took it. Elves may or may not be real. That feels like the... Hey, user, how's it going today? That statement of elves may or may not be real feels like the sort of thing that you read and you just aren't really sure about you're not really sure about that statement because it feels way too vague to just be a statement for no reason. Eat Smarties to boost Vim. They're not Smarties, they are Tootsie Rolls. I'm homoerotically interested in your fan. What? Attempt to woo your fan by turning it on. However, there's no electricity in your office presently. There's a card taped to the fan. Look at card. Glass Blowers Inc. Offering glass creations with no erotic connotations whatsoever since 1905. Seriously, we just make things out of glass. 1-800-BLOW-HARD. I see. Become homoerotically interested in your fan. Andrew Hussey becomes aroused by fans of MS Paint Adventures. Way to break the fourth wall, numbskull. What? Dance? What am I looking at? What is happening right now? I feel brain cells depleting. I feel like overexposure to this is going to cause me actual damage. I feel like if I get past the 2-hour mark, guess what time it is? Time for me to load up Pokemon Emerald Rogue. It's dance time, I guess. This dance animation is so bizarre to look at. Fox adoption. Yeah! You are accurate. Let me write that down. I'll probably have to add it for... I'm gonna write it down really quick. You can either send it to me right now, Popo Fox. Okay, so Popo Fox. I will try my level best to make Popo Fox. It might actually take me longer than I expect. I have to do that on... I'll see if I can start it on... I can do it tomorrow. We will see, though. Oh, I forgot to add something to my list tomorrow. Okay, there we go. Echo, I'm sorry, but this game is hard to absorb at a fast pace, and they'll kind of like the length kind of necessitates speed to fit into the stream. Is what I need. I will try my best. Don't worry, user. I will do. I will probably have it within a few days because it'll be sitting in my brain. But yeah, Hecko, I will try my best to do more at some point, but we'll see. This is wild. I'm also so confused. What is happening? Ace Dick enters the back room. What the? I will say, Hecko, in terms of an experience, it's definitely bizarre. I'm also very confused. It's mostly just the nature of it that is just confusing. And I'm pretty sure my brain cells are slowly just like, what am I looking at? Like the actual nature of the thing is very like, it's lost me a few times. There are a couple of stills. One is for making illicit liquor during the Prohibition era. The other is for making another sort of substance, also probably illicit. All of the liquor appears to have been stolen. There are some handgun bullets on the floor. There's also a target painted on the ceiling for some. Loud swing music and lively footsteps are heard from the room above. Problem Sleuth enters the back room. It appears to be a storage room for various instruments. Mysteriously, most of the instruments have been plundered from the room. Hung on the wall are portraits of some legendary jazz musicians. Regard them with awe. Loud swing music and lively footsteps are heard from the room above. Take a hearty swig from mystery bottles. The first bottle contains illicit moonshine. The second bottle contains hot sauce. The third bottle contains your own excrement saved up from prolonged office entrapment. You take a swig from one, but you seem to misplace your handy drinking implement. What? Load keys and use target on ceiling. You pick up the handgun bullets. They are not compatible with your Tommy gun. You have to use the remainder of its ammo if you wish to fire at it. Okay, do that. You point the ring of keys targetward. Cutscene. What is that? There's a bust of the speakeasy's owner, the mobster Kingpin. He is obviously the scourge of the pseudo-Prohibition era universe. Nobody messes with him. I see. Bullets pierce the floor in a semicircular pattern around the bust. The patrons flee in fright out at the exit. The exit is now barred through some automated security mechanism, probably to prevent meddlesome coppers from barging in. The gunfire ignited the potent fumes from the stills. The room is on fire. The ring of keys is out of ammunition. What? So lost. PI, break the glass of the door, dislodging the trombone. Take a limp-wristed swing at the glass, but it seems there's no glass in the door frame. You tumble through the opening. You are in a small room with an... What? What? What does that mean? What? Why? You know what? There's no meaning here, but why? I know there's no meaning. I don't know if there is any deeper meaning. I don't think there is. But I'm so lost. I don't understand what is happening at all. You are in a small room with an elf. The elf possibly guards secrets and a switch behind him. Ask the elf for witches. Your pulchritude is too low to command the loyalty of elves. You exit the small room through the door. I feel like this is one of those things that with overexposure, I probably would lose my mind. And this, why does Problem Sleuth feel like the rough equivalent to it? I don't know how best to describe this other than this feels like something that if you read too much of it and you read too deep into it, it would actually start to drive you into madness. Like this thing itself is in itself an eldritch entity of some unnatural kind. Yeah, I search room for drinking imp. You find the rubber tube under your hat. What? Look for a container to siphon the liquid into. You retrieve your tea set from your fort. You have been keeping it in there to supplement your imaginative games of make-believe. Let's get this one. EI siphon liquid. Siphon some of the hot sauce into the teapot. What? You siphon some of the illicit liquor into a teacup. You decide to leave the shit where it is. You take a small sip from the teapot. Your vim is boosted. You begin to sweat profusely. Add hairpin to inventory. You equip the hairpin. Your machine gun suddenly goes off. The lousy thing has a hairpin trigger. The bottles are shattered, leaving an unpleasant slurry all over the floor. What game is this? This is called Problem Sleuth. It's a website on its own. It's in the Homestuck website. I think the thing that I'm still debating on is whether or not it actually could be considered a game. Because I'm very uncertain if it can be considered a game. It's weird because it really is just, it's hurting me. It is. Drop the machine gun, you're still too weak to wield it. It goes off again and the volatile concoction catches fire. Your office is on fire. It's like mentally it's like causing me psychic damage to read more of this. It's like I don't know if I can describe it better than that, where it's like it's actively harmful to try and understand what is happening. Skylight above jostles. It pops out of place to reveal sprinkler, which has been activated by the smoke. Sprinkler douses the flames. Skylight dangles from its power cord, which is plugged into an outlet on the ceiling. The water cools you off, your vim returns normal. It's less of a game than a choose your own adventure book from a certain perspective, but I do know games that offer less choice. Yeah, but it's like it makes me consider the definition of a game. Because a game by definition does require player input to an extent. And the greatest player input this has is that it's basically the equivalent of reading a book. Because it is truly reading a book where the player initiative is just turning the page, as it were. Which, you could say the same thing about visual novels. That's why they're called visual novels, yeah. And I think the only thing that makes people consider visual novels as games is that most visual novels have choices. And those choices do lead to other endings. Which is also why choose your own adventure books feel similar to visual novels. In that same way, where could they be considered a game? So I don't know though. It's very weird because is a video game does it just require that it is on an electronic system and is playable in that sense? I don't know what you would consider. It feels more like it's just a graphic novel, not. That's what visual novels are really, just graphic novels with some choices in them, which it's those kind of things are the gray area between, okay, well now you're just making a movie or a book, but it's curious. Damn plaques beneath pictures. Oh, this is for Problem Sleuth. I see. Blind Willie, Buttermilk Stubbs, Father Blind Pappy Ramblin' Jackson, Earl Stokes Can't See a Damn Molasses Fats. Those extraordinary jazz legends that bring a tear to your eye. It seems there without their instruments, though. It's a game, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't call it a grounded experience, which is what most visual novels center around, Yeah, I think Well, and I said earlier that surrealism can be very bizarre to take in as a player in any respect. And I think that that's probably where this is having, it's kind of like approaching, like, is that most, because like visual novels are games. It's just that I feel like when you tip into absurdity, I don't know, it's weird, because I don't think that the story content is what makes this confusing, because there are other games with more coherent stories in that sense that follow the same format as this. It's just, it may very well be that it's only reading. There's nothing else supporting the experience, because I'm supplying the music. I'm the one, I just turned on the music I've written already and put it behind everything. But I think that's what, because visual novels oftentimes supply the music and the sound effects and anything else they want audio wise, so that the experience itself is more complete in that sense. But it's not, this doesn't have those. Play the Moonlight Sonata. You can't remember the notes of that song. Instead, you play an improvised rendition of a classic Buttermilk Stubbs composition. Things are really starting to cook. Some icons beneath the plaque are revealed. Go down the stairs, attempt to open the door. Okay. Go up the stairs, attempt to open the door. I see. Both of the doors are blocked from the other side. It appears someone has wedged an oboe between the doors. Drink brandy and forget you are on fire. You imbibe heavily to drown your conflagrative sorrows. MC hammer slide out of the room. Next, you enter your fort to escape the shrieking nightmare that has swallowed your whole life. Add skylight to inventory. Take the skylight. So I don't know if absurdity is enough to really, like, you know, remove a game from being a game. But I feel like, you know what it is? I feel like it's because this is constantly becoming more like absurd. Whereas if we took, and if you took any other game and stated it outright in comparison to our reality, you would notice the absurdity of it. Namely, I think the one that I can think of straight away that's, oh, here's a level of absurdity that I don't think we think about much, is take the worlds of, say, like a FromSoft game, apply reality to it, and suddenly the absurdity of the situation becomes more clear. Which is, I don't know, very intriguing, but very confusing. Drink some illicit moonshine and rush to your fort. Take a sip. It only marginally boosts your already naturally high imagination stat. You'll need to consume a much more powerful form of liquor if you wish to boost it further. Duck into the fort to escape the freezing downpour. You hear the phone ringing from the other room. Retrieve clarinet, trumpet, and tuba from secret room. Okay. Gather up the horns. Beneath the tuba is a cartridge of Tommy gun munitions. I do think, though, we'll probably get to 1 hour 30 minutes, and I will make a decision whether or not we're gonna do this or do Pokemon Emerald Rogue, because my brain is starting to fry. I'm staring at this long enough. My brain is starting to go like, yeah, no, you're not clicking. Your brain is starting to go. Use instruments on respective jazz legends. You supply the musicians with their horns. A switch appears on the wall. Throw the switch. The power is activated in Pictal Inspector's office. The fan turns on. The wind from the fan blows the safe shut. A power and problems to his office shuts off. The phone is still ringing. Tell ODaM on phone to call back. Take slug of whiskey. You answer the phone in a hard-boiled manner. You explain to the woman gruffly that you'd love to help her out, sweetheart, but you're up in your neck and all this weird puzzle shit. You hang up. Enter fort. Yes, enter fort. I feel like the only thing that stops us from being an actual puzzle game is that we are almost 300 pages in, and there have been no actual puzzles. It's just been, just click on the link. The dame explains into the dead receiver, please don't go. She's been trapped in her apartment for hours and needs help. You enter your imaginary office, now with only 2 imaginary lives to spare. Try to be a little more careful this time. Okay. Ace Dick and Pickle Inspector are having a chat. You wonder if they're talking about you. Whisper to PI to rouse PS's curious suspicion. PS is whispering something to the lanky fellow. You smell a plot. Your mind fiercely sets to work on a way to disrupt their connivings. Charge down hall shouting profanities and being silly. This is the best plan you come up with. The two, inspired by your magnificent pulchritude, rally around you as the leader and follow you towards the exit. You stop them, reminding them that there's a monster on the street and they are terribly ill-equipped for the battle. You will all need better armaments. Ask PI to conjure more powerful guns. Pickle Inspector nods sagely. He'll see what he can do. Problem Sleuth is armed with the candy corn handgun, the Tootsie Roll shotgun, and Pickle Inspector is with the Pez Uzi. Poses a team because shit got real. Copy and paste your previous poses into a new file and animate their background rapidly. Shoot Ace Dick in the face. Exit and begin candy-oriented assault. The Great Beast is ready for battle with a replenished health bar. Fast-paced organ music and a haunting vocal chorus accompanies your epic struggle. I am so lost. I'm so lost in this. Auto parry. The beast makes a preemptive assault on your party's leader. Your auto parry kicks in. You avoid the savage lunge with your sleuth roll. Yes, battle menu. You open your battle menu and select aggress. You fire your candy corn handgun at the monster. It takes heavy damage from the projectile treat. The battle menu. I can't handle this right now. I can't handle anything that's too much for me. 80. Ace Dick cocks the Tootsie Roll shotgun and strikes a brutal affront for massive damage. The beast is slain. Reap spoils of battle. Victorious moment. What the? Problem Sleuth gained a level. Imagination +1. Pulchritude +5. Vim +1. Accrued battle technique Sleuth diplomacy. Problem Sleuth can commune with the following animals. Weasels. Vim +6. Ace Dick increased stomach capacity by 0.4 liters. Stomach capacity by 0.5 liters. Stomach capacity by 0.75 liters. Achieved level 18 stomach prowess. Accrued combat operandi belly of the whale. Pickle Inspector gained a level. Okay. Learned how to imagine the following items. Jawbreaker cannon, gummy bear IED, peanut brittle dumbwaiter. Ace Dick gained a level. Truffle shuffle. The beast dropped artifact polished horn. I will say, I think seeing this gives me kind of confidence in getting my own ideas out there, because all these images are made in MS Paint. Yeah, it's like, I don't want to dunk on this, but the fact that they made something relatively entertaining with minimum means is really is technically impressive. Does that mean it's game of the year? No. But what I think though is that there's a certain level of, oh yeah, you could do stuff with your means and make things that make people happy and make them, and you know, intrigue them, even if the things you make, like, this is bizarre and absurd, but honestly it's interesting though to see that somebody really did just opened up the, like, Microsoft Paint, maybe did some stuff to make it so they have transparent assets to layer things. Like, I imagine they had to, at some point, actually use some, like, editing software to make it so all of these could be stacked. But the fact that they took all these things and stacked them all together with Microsoft Paint is actually pretty astounding. It's the fact they made something that's really good. And that's a lot more than I think some people even get to, right? That the fact that they were able to make something, no matter how absurd, and, you know, entertain, is well worth it. Problem Sleuth goes for a stroll. PI, examine polished horn. Its luster is arresting. Its mystery is unfathomable. You place the polished horn in your inventory. Ugh. PI, get imaginary candy corn. Take out the bag of candy corn. Conjure peanut brittle dumbwaiter. Take dog from man. You take the ugly dog. I'm gonna drink some water. Oh my goodness. I feel like it's mostly, if you're approaching this from the perspective of things should make some sense. I am gonna congratulate. No, it's not. I like this one. I think it's because you read a sentence in this out of context, and it's just bizarre. You do not have enough elf tears to summon the Weasel King. What? PIAD, go up dumbwaiter into 80's window. Cannot go up the stairs to Ace's office. The path is blocked by a frightening beast. Use monster legs to jump up to compatriot. Since your compatriots are in trouble, you decide to use your powerful legs to leap into battle. But something distracts you. I did drink water, but thank you. Something distracts you. A light coming from the storefront and music. It is a dancer spinning to the tune of a music box. An unfamiliar face looms large past it. One word, belly of the whale. You would use combat operandi, belly of the whale with gusto. However, your cache of elf tears is dry as a bone. Auto parry. Pickle Inspector employs a successful auto parry with the technique Pickle Distraction. Shuffle, shuffle, level 2. Show the beast what you and fat kids everywhere are made of. What? Next. Oh my god, that is flashing really fast. Holy crap. The beast suffers minimal damage. Ace Dick is slain. Investigate the window. The dancer in the window stops spinning. The window goes dark. I see. Imagine Jawbreaker Cannon. Fire. Oh, well, he's dead. The Jawbreaker Cannon inflicts a savage upbraid for 100 times damage. Pickle Inspector gained the level. Pickle Inspector crude battle technique, level 5, disconcerting ogle. Burnished horn. Use legs to imitate creatures' mating dance. Got your stuff with some fancy footwork. Problems with the slain. Beast has put on the hat. PI take horn. You acquire the burnished horn. PI hurry upstairs. Speed towards Ace's office to make sure he's alright. Your imaginary body cannot be sustained on the material plane. Pickle Inspector loses an imaginary life. Ace Dick is nowhere to be found. Ace Dick suffers the unpleasant aftermath of his imagination binge. The flames in the still room are doused by a large volume unfinished emote. Oh, very good, Cloudy. Problem Sleuth quenches his hangover with the remainder of the coffee. Pickle Inspector returns to the material plane. The office is flooded. The outlet's electricity is shorted out. Water spills into the small elf chamber. One of the elves playing poker waves at you. He seems to beckon for you to join them. Forget the degenerate gamblers and save the drowning elf. It is too late for him. There's nothing you can do. You know what? I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Ooh. That's quite good. Is that the new emote? My goodness, that's fantastic. Fantastic. Holy crap. Holy crap. That's just a fantastic emote regardless. Holy crap. You know what? You know what? I'm good. You ever just realize, you ever just take it into a moment? You ever just take into a moment the concept of your own mortality? You ever just have a moment where you just think to yourself, you have spent 80 minutes lost in the mind of somebody, of like, this is a collective punishment created by a communion of people on the internet for people with a brain cell. I don't think it would be healthy for me to read more. It feels like this is the internet equivalent of an actual, like, it feels like handling an SCP, right? Like you're handling a Euclid class mind, like something that could warp your mind if handled carelessly. I'm just like so mentally, my brain I kind of felt a headache hit me for like a 10th of a second. SCP-999. Yeah, it hit me so vividly that I have just been partaking in an 80-minute fever dream. I do prefer not to think about things like this, but if you please think please, if you think this is endangering your mental state, please let it go. It's like, well, it's like the philosophical quandary of what am I dealing with? It's interesting. Like, I don't know, I find this fascinating, but it's also wildly disconcerting. I don't know. It's just, I'm so confused. I'm so lost. I'm so confused by this entity. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pop us over and I think we're gonna do some Pokemon Emerald Rogue for the rest of the night because my brain is hurting. It's just like, what am I looking at? I think it's also just the sheer level of like the sheer level of the nonsense. Okay, at least with this last one, it seems that we have at least made amends with Ace Dick with problems. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it on this one for now. I'm gonna load up Pokemon Emerald Rogue. So go back really quick. I think I'm gonna swap categories for a moment here. Like, you know what I think it really is? I think it's the notion of if you're trying to actually immerse yourself in something. I think I've found some inspiration here to work on an old idea I've had. Yeah, and it's like I think as a story, it's pretty. It's absurdist. It's absurdist humor. It's one of those things that I think the internet plays more with the surreal than anything because the internet is able to. You're able to string together non sequitur memes and create something so weirdly connected by the vaguest string of elements that it does come together at the end into it is a thing. It's just very weird. And I think that it's interesting. It's very fascinating. And it's an artifact of internet culture of the time. But I also wonder how this I wonder what drew them to creating such a thing. Because it is very strange when you look at it like that, right? Because you do sit there and think, okay, well, what drove you to make this? What brought you here? Alrighty, let me close this. Okay, so I'm going to bring us to... I have made myself a new asset for handling these sorts of streams. Fix my thing really quick. Well, I did make myself a new piece. This is not perfect, and I think it's a little bit goofy, but it's getting there. I think Homestuck was an interesting phenomenon that exploded popularity. It seems that was just something made from the inspiration of that at the time. Yeah, and it's like I think that for what it is, it's not too bad. Also, would this be considered? What is technically Pokemon Emerald? Yeah, I'll put it under Pokemon Emerald. Don't know if this would. I'm pretty sure this. Ow. Oh yeah. I'll just pop this up. Oh. Is it going to pop up? I need to. Meh. I need to move this around a little bit because it's being very strange. Need to move this. I would say Sapphire. I would play Sapphire at my friend's place at different temporary save files as a kid, so the opening to this generation is very nostalgic for me. Every time I see it, it makes my brain it does make my brain very happy to see this again. There we go. Alright. I do have a controller now for streaming. User, get an update. So let's see. This week is... I got all of the artwork from my friend who I was getting artwork for the game for. I need to do some touch-ups and fix things up. But I think that it will be... I think I should be able to get all that in, and then also get into the final music stuff. And I should be moving into like the game being mostly done by the time this week is over, hopefully. The first time in ages that I can... They're not found. Intriguing. Fix the thing again. Wah. Hello, completed. Oh, hey, what's this button do? Viceroy! My goodness. Hi! Holy crap. Thank you so much for donating to the library. Alright, let me start this up really quick so I can show you guys what we're dealing with. But yes. Oh, how's it going, Viceroy? It's been a little while. But, user, can you send your message again? I think I missed it. My thing went nuts. But, I hope everyone's good. Now we've moved to Pokémon Rogue because I am Pokémon Emerald Rogue, specifically. Okay, so, for anyone who hasn't seen this, ROM hack yet, it is essentially a roguelike version of Pokemon. Where we can play through... I said hello to New Flower. Oh, yes. Well, I don't know if they're real. Because sometimes... The thing that happens sometimes is we get Robits, which is very bizarre. They are there. That's pretty sweet. It is very interesting. The only thing I did with this save file is that I chose our starter, which we have a level 7... We have a level 7 Torchic named Carmen. And that is all we have right now. I also made this, I also got this Game Boy asset, so we have an actual Game Boy to play on. Much like our 3DS that we had for Stella Glow for the longest time. Okay. So, we have a bunch of... There's a bunch of things you get from playing, but it is... So we can... So, hey, Scott. Hey, everyone. It looks like you got yourself a partner Pokemon, so you're all ready to go on an adventure. Before you head off, you should take this. Ah, yes, we have a quest log. So every time we play through, we can do quests and stuff, so... That log has a lot of optional quests for you to complete whilst you're out on an adventure. Completing quests can give you some nice rewards, too. Once you complete any, come and chat to me, and I'll give you rewards. Looks like you're all good to go now. Just go chat to the nurse over there, you can start exploring. I also need to turn text chat up to I'll do fast. I think fast is better. I'm gonna leave everything else the same, for my sake. But yeah, this is actually, it's very well done as a mod. I'm also playing the EX version, which has a lot of additional stuff. So you guys might see some weird stuff when we load in. Maybe. Would you like to go on an adventure? Yes, I would. Thank you. Alrighty. Good luck out there. Have fun. So the way that this works is we are given this these paths type. So we have these paths, and depending on which one we go down, we can get different things. Let's see. We have calm wet. So I did learn this earlier because I played on the other version that I have a separate save file for. Basically, each version will have, so each route has 2 words, calm, tough, or average. And depending on that word, that'll change how many trainers there are. And the second word, the adjective, will describe what type of Pokemon are more likely to be there. That one's probably gonna have water types. This one will have bug types. Average Gloomy would have ghost types. I believe. I think I'm just gonna go with... I'm gonna go with the bottom route. I think it's pretty good. Also, this game does remove a lot of grinding by making it so you level up multiple times per battle. Alrighty, let's see. Oh, berries. Excellent. 6 Yaki berries. Yaki berries? Intriguing. Mago berries. Chuka berries. Okay. And Haban berries. Okay. I forget. Are there the new Pokemon in here? Well, that's a Shelter, so I don't know. Sorry, so Shelter. I could just throw a Pokeball at him. Also, they added the functionality to hit the R button just to throw, so that's actually kind of cool. They actually made it so you can just throw Pokeballs right from this menu instead of having to open things up. Okay, we caught a Shelter. I think I'm going to start just naming them. Oh, nice. Yeah, they added some really interesting functionality to this that I think is very cool. Let's see. I'll name this Shelter. I'll name it Gobi. Gobi. Name it Gobi. Gobi. We have Gobi the Shelter. Oh, that's right. We're playing. Oh, crap. Was this ROM hack released recently? If I remember correctly, yes. If I recall correctly. I don't know though. I know it was released relatively recently, and because I only ever heard about it when I saw a YouTuber playing it, and I thought it was really interesting because it's very bizarre. One of the ancient, long since extinct Pokemon that have been regenerated from fossils by humans. Yep. We'll name Omanite. I'm gonna name this one Precious. Name it Precious. There you go, buddy. There you go. I believe it was released within the last year, if I recall correctly. Alright, what are these items? 3 freshwaters and resist feather. They give you a lot of feathers as items. It's a little strange. Oh, berries. Mostly the thing that confuses me is how often they give you a absolute buttload of resist feathers. I don't know what the fascination with that is, but got a lot of berries. I don't really know, because there's a lot of berries that they give that I just don't know what they're meant to be used for, but I also wonder if I needed to turn a setting on for the expanded Pokédex, because I know that this game, I think this is the version that has the option for the expanded Pokédex, and I think I forgot to turn it on, which is a little bit of a dumb by me, but it's fine. They also use routes that they actually grabbed route formats from different games, because there's one that's very clearly the Cerulean Bridge that's in this game. So they actually do have a lot of different routes available. I should probably fight someone. Oh, there's a Ghastly. Get in the ball, Ghastly. But this ROM hack, I really like it just because it's very... I think roguelikes are one of those subgenres that is very easy for me to just lose a lot of time to, because it's very easy to just start playing it and going nuts with it. I'm gonna name it Bonnie. Bonnie. There we go. Okay. Also, it does follow Nuzlocke rules, so if what? Oh, hi. There was a Team Aqua Grunt around the corner. I got jump scared by Team Aqua Grunt. Rattata? Oh, it's a baby. Alright, Ember. I love the music of this era, though. I think Gen 3 Pokemon was, the music was probably some of my, the most... It's definitely the most nostalgic, I think. Because it immediately invokes the moods. We leveled up immediately, so that was good. So yeah, this ROM hack also tries to remove grinding by having you level up very rapidly in this method. Because they want you to focus less on grinding and more on moving forward. So they let you just level up very quickly. And usually each gym has a level cap that you can work up to. Oh, hi. Excuse me. 3 freshwaters. Probably should battle him because... I probably should battle some of these guys because we need money for later. One of the things I've run into in my own personal plays of the other version is I keep running out of money early. And it is not good for me because if you don't have money, you can't afford the resources you need for later. I think I forgot to turn on the expanded Pokédex, so... That definitely was a mistake I made. Level 13? Yep. Gobi's trying to learn Icicle Spear. That's an important move for Shelders. That's really good. Get rid of Tackle. I actually have I got a Cloyster recently in Scarlet, and Cloyster is still a very good physical tank. So I could get Curse and replace Mean Look. And I like this mod. I keep calling it a mod, but it's a ROM hack. But in my head, ROM hacks and mods are kind of linked in that way. I don't quite know how to describe it, but the trainer. Oh wait, these guys give a lot of money, I think. As I recall, these ones give a lot of money. I am noticing that there's that text on the screen. Hang on, I'm gonna get rid of that quick. Like my brain is just multiplayer Breath of the Wild. Multiplayer Breath of the Wild. Or is it multiplayer by the way, or multiplayer Breath of the Wild is interesting, but I don't know how to. I guess I'm also just not the. I don't think I'm the best judge for Breath of the Wild. Going to. There we go. It's a thing. No, it is. Yeah, I do know. I am aware of that mod. I guess it's a mod or a hack. I am aware of it. I just never played it. I never really finished Breath of the Wild either, so I'm probably one of the 5 people on the planet who just never caught the ride. I played it for a while and I got through half of it, and then I kind of slowed down. I don't know. I think it was because I got to... When was it? I don't even have Breath of the Wild. I know I had... When was it? I got up to the last 2 Divine Beasts. Well, I say last 2, but it's the bird guy and the Gorons. And I just stopped playing. It was mostly just It was mostly because I kept getting kind of just stuck. I think I'm gonna replace... No, we'll just leave that. It's fine. It's mostly because I just lost motivation to keep running around. Which I think does happen to a fair number of people when it comes to open world games. I think we've had this discussion in different ways multiple times where the nature of open world games is that when they get too big, it can be a little hard to keep yourself moving in them because you end up getting stuck in a way, right? Because you end up looking at the world and wondering, okay, what am I gonna do? How many Pokemon do we have? There are 6 Pokemon on this route, so I could probably catch 2 more. I probably could catch more. Let me find the exit first, though, so I know where it is. Probably up there. I forgot. Oh, Pineco. That's nice. Gonna hit him. Oh, he has Protect. ROM hacks and mods, though, are, I think, a sign of a healthy... Specifically, a healthy game scene. Because I think that when people are willing to make ROM hacks and mods of games, they're looking for creative outlets to modify a thing they love. But there is a point where you have to recognize that you probably shouldn't be just like rampantly doing so without thinking of specifically just making sure you're not committing any sort of intellectual theft. Because I know that's something that some people try to sell ROM hacks and stuff like that, and it's like, now you're kind of treading on some weird ground. It's ground that it's really hard to figure out. Because it's not just as easy as, oh, just don't do that. It's like, oh, hey, a Nidoran. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. I can't remember the last time I had a Nidoran in a game. Or any of these particular... Oh, wait. Oh, almost fought. Pokeball. I'll have a full party now, so I can... I'll probably just go fight somebody really quick to get a new Pokemon, and then... Or to get level up, rather, and then... I'm naming this one... I'm gonna name Nidoran Queen in honor of Makoto. There we go. I hope we don't find something better in this route. That I would be a little bit miffed if we found something. Oh well, it's a Paras. Never mind. I had a Parasect in one game, and I got absolutely clowned on because it. This game also does not play fair. Oh, learn self-destruct. Well, that's not a good sign. Takedown. Oh geez, I wonder what move I'm gonna replace. This game is also they make you think when you're in battles, especially near the end. The end of a run is filled with as many. I like to call it the standardized test of Pokemon. It really is just, man, you are put on the spot to answer the questions as best you can, or you're going to get clowned on. Up we go. Okay, and now we have a full stop, so now we can rest here. So now we can heal up. I only learned about these full rest stops recently. These are far superior to just going to any of the shops. Sell. Can we sell anything? Not quite. Not quite yet, at least. What do these Yachi berries do? Weakens an ice type move. I could probably sell these. Yeah. Actually, not even really worth it. Not really worth it to sell. Let's see. I'd probably buy some more Pokeballs. Buy 5 more. And it never hurts to have more Pokeballs, because you never know when you're going to lose Pokemon in a run. I'm also going to buy more potions, because we have not enough of them. 6. Cool. I think we're good now. I think. TM shop. What are you selling? No moves I want, so that's fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, you guys. Traveling merchant shop, enhancement items. Also, they made it so that mints are available in this game, which I think is very cool. The fact that you can change out mints, you can get mints is really good. I don't have enough money for that. Actually, that Moonstone would be great, because I need to... If I'm going to evolve Queen later, I'm probably going to want that. Let's see, Ice Heals. I don't think I'm going to get frozen anytime soon. It'll be fine. Sure. I'm sure that won't come back later to bite me. Let's see, Haban berries. Man, none of these are really worth it, huh? Crap. Okay, I'll have to buy it later. I'll just have to hope I find a shop later and buy one. Rock help. I don't have enough money to do anything, so we'll just have to go. Okay. And now at the end of every route, we have a gym challenge. I don't know what type. You have to change your mind. Am I good on leveling? I am. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go in with Carmen and hope for the best. I'm just worried if we run into a water type trainer. Oh, okay, it's Flannery. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, now we have to just beat Flannery and we're good. And that'll be the first gym badge completed. What gym do you think is your favorite in Pokemon? I think mine are probably I really liked the Sword and Shield gym challenges. But I also have a bit of a soft spot for the Diamond and Pearl gyms, because a lot of them were really fun back in the day. I think they were very fun. Let's do Scratch. We'll start with Scratch Ew, how much damage? Oh, jeez. That is not enough damage. I just realized, doesn't normal learn magnitude? I think it does learn magnitude. It does. That's not good. I'm having so much fun doing the Witch's final tunings. There's a fox with glasses to keep me sane. I lost my starter. I imagine that trying to get through each one over and over is probably a little bit enough to drive someone mad, so I'm happy I can keep you sane. I hope that Omanite can handle this. Get him, Precious. You've also had to replay through multiple sections, so I imagine that there is a point where your brain just starts going like... It's kind of like how mine was earlier, where it just starts melting over time. Oh, geez, confused, right? I don't want to be confused right now. I really hope I hit through the confusion, please. Please hit the confusion. But I like how these kind of games are evolving out of they evolve out of other games. And I think it's really cool how people evolve ideas, because they take something they've seen before and then they remix it and refresh it into something new. I think it's really cool. And this is honestly one of the more fascinating versions of Pokemon I've seen, because it's not just a new story or new routes or anything. This is like a whole different game in that sense. And that's crazy. I really like that. And I think Pokemon is weirdly one of those game series that can be formulated into this very well. Because I think they were really able to turn Pokemon into something vastly different from its original source. Looks like you have some quests to collect. You can either continue this adventure or retire and collect them now. We're going to continue? Yes. I'm just going to continue the adventure until we lose. I'd rather continue until we lose than just keep stopping and starting. Let's see. I think a full stop would be better. Average energetic route. I think this will be better. Alrighty. So, by the way, when a Pokemon faints in battle, it is gone. So, every time I lose a Pokemon, it is gone for good. So I accidentally lost, but whenever I go back to the main hub, I will get my starter back. So every single time I start with the same Pokemon. I can change my starting Pokemon after I unlock the Safari Zone, I believe. So if I end up losing, I can change out my starter if I wish. But I think Carmen's going to be my starter for this file because I think it's fun. I think having an actual starter Pokemon is also a little better in my opinion. Oh, that's... I forgot how weird Oddish looks in this gen. Let's see. Just getting the ball, I guess. I hope we get an Oddish. That'd be nice. Alright. That's a lad. Or, I guess it's a girl, but still. That's nice. Good Oddish. Good friend. During the daytime, it buries itself in the ground, leaving only its leaves exposed to avoid detection by its enemies. I'm gonna name it, I'm gonna name it Snoop. I'm gonna name it Snopes. I'm gonna name it Snopes. There we go. Alrighty. I will say, off the top of my head, I'm not a Pokemon expert by any stretch. I'm not generally not the best at Pokemon games. I'm fairly good at them, but I'm not at the level of like skill that's, you know, people like the pro Nuzlockers are or anything like that. Mainly due to the nature of how I play these games, because I tend to pick Pokemon that I like rather than knowing... I don't have a in-depth knowledge of which ones I should be going for in that sense of... Or going for optimal... Who's the strongest Pokemon kind of things, you know? But that's mostly just because that's just how I play Pokemon. But I think that's just also how I play games in general. And I think sometimes that can be a bit strange, especially if I'm trying to actively win certain things. So, all right, so we're gonna take Withdraw. We're gonna get rid of Withdraw for Protect. Crash is trying to learn Rollout. Rollout's a little bit of a You can go back and forth, but I'm going to take it. Because Constrict isn't very good at all. I do know that one. Let's see. Bonnie, Grid 18. Nort is trying to learn Rapid Spin. Now, Rapid Spin is actually super good. Because it raises speed and removes... I believe at this gen, it removes spikes and stuff. So if I need to remove hazards, that would be very nice. Snopes learned Acid. Okay, that's good. Snopes is trying to learn Poison Powder. We do need a good grass type. A good grass type for this run would be important. This game really does make you realize, though, how often you need to be cognizant and aware of what you're dealing with in terms of Pokemon. Fleet Powder. We'll stick with... I think Paralysis will be more helpful overall, but I also don't know. Oh, Queen is evolving. Excellent. Okay, now I just need to get... I need to get my hands on a... Moonstone. So I need some more money. I could try for some different Pokemon to see what's in the routes. I don't know what else I can get, though. Oh, we don't have an electric type, though. Yeah, get in the ball, Electric. You know what? Electric's a good one. He's pretty good. And Manectric is really cool, so... I remember really liking... I liked... specifically, I really like Electric. Manectric is really cool, but... Electric is probably one of my favorite electric types in general. Oh, man. Who do we get rid of if we want him? Who's going to be the best out of here? You know what? I'm going to get rid of... I'm going to get rid of Precious. I think we're going to take Electric. I'm going to name him... I'm going to name him Henry. Henry with an I. I like that. I like Henry with an I. I wish I could have named him Henry with an I. But I don't think I have enough space for that. Oh, items. Repels. Okay. And Clever Feather. Do any of my Pokemon use special attacks so far? I don't think so yet. I'll have to check. I may have to check that. I think repeat balls in this game become more powerful if you do more than one run. But if you're doing less than one run, it's kind of like, eh. It kind of goes back and forth whether or not it's good or not. I should probably check though if anybody's using... I actually don't know. Oh, I guess Ghastly would count. Because if he gets Shadow Ball, that'd be really good. Oh, that's right. You can see IVs in this one. I forgot. I just saw that too. Nort has... Why does he have to have low attack? Do you have any... No, we don't have any mints that raise attack. Oh, well. What's the route? Calm Corrosive. Poison types in... Poison types are weird. I think poison types are probably some of the weirder ones to use in this game. Because poison types are very bizarre. Because they don't work on the same logic as using other Pokemon types. Because poison can either be very good or absolutely get crushed in a fight. And there's no in between. Because if you're up against, you know, grass types, I think normal types even, and some of the other like basic Pokemon types, I think it's good. But the moment you have to deal with a steel type, you just start exploding. Henry is trying to learn quick attack. We're going to teach Henry. Oh, Spark. Spark's the one we want. Yes. Spark is the physical one. I feel like he's suddenly going to become far better than I was expecting for my electric type. I know we're in Thunderfang. Oh, Thunderfang is extremely good. Wait, it's the same damage but less accuracy? What? Alright, well, I just won't take that then. Why would I take that when Spark is actually better? I did not realize that Spark is basically the same. Bonnie's trying to learn Confuse. You know, I'm gonna take out Curse. I think Curse could be fun, but it also could very easily backfire. Especially with how much health it takes. That could be scary. Bide. Bide might be okay. I think it could replace Takedown. Ooh. Stretch a little. Back is like, oh, jeez. Fury Swipes. I think Fury Swipes could probably replace Scratch. I think overall it'll do more damage, but I really don't know. I am not competitive Pokemon. I am not competitively viable. I am not competitively viable Pokemon. The other thing that that grinding in this game doesn't do very well is that because you're not getting EVs very often, if you were to try and grind for EVs, you'd be in a very dire spot trying to level and get your Pokemon strong enough. Hello. I'm just like standing next to this lady thinking, hello, how are you doing? Yes, hello. I wish to challenge. You have a Noctowl already? Holy crap. Oh god. I really hope it wasn't a mistake rushing. Oh. I was about to say, please don't tell me this is a mistake rushing this trainer like an idiot. At least we're hitting this Noctowl a lot. Okay, it is dead. Thank goodness. Okay. I was getting worried there for a moment. Okay. Everybody leveled up. Switch out. They also switch out Thunder Wave for Bite. I think having some type coverage would be nice. Because some of the gym trainers later will absolutely body me if I'm not being careful with that. Because for some reason... Sucker Punch. It could work. Yeah, I think I'll keep hitting those. Sucker Punch is really good for the gym battles because sometimes they go for some weird stuff in the gym battles, especially later when you start getting gym trainers who have life orbs and they have items and tech, and they start really messing with you because they start getting really mean about it later. I do not like this bird. And I was correct. I really don't like that bird. I have found that Farfetch is probably one of the scariest Pokemon in this game. I don't know why either. For some reason, Farfetch is just unnaturally damaging. And I don't know what? Oh, it has a leak. It definitely has a leak. Oh, God bless. God crap. The leak item boosts its critical hit ratio, and it's probably boosting its crit rate to throw big hands. Oh my god, I was about to say, I am not gonna get swept by this stupid bird. Oh my god. Alright, well that's... Oh god, that sucks. I don't like that. Oh no. Okay, so that is... I lost 2 Pokemon in a row. To 1? I lost 2 Pokemon to a freaking bird. This is why Farfetch deserves less. That's a Scyther, though. Okay. I think I'm gonna Sucker Punch. Oh, it knows Pursuit. That's not great. Okay, I'm gonna Hypnosis then. I missed. Wait, oh god. I do not like... This route is not doing me well. Okay, I need to figure out a better strategy than getting cooked. Just get in the Ball Scyther, please. I need help. I need help. I was not expecting Farfetch to throw hands, though. That was something I was not ready for. That was horrendously tragic. I'm gonna name Scyther Atalanta after the Greek hero. Killed the big boar. Atalanta. Okay, well, we have been officially cooked by numerous sources. Oh my lord. Well, this is particularly stressful. I'm gonna use some of my potions. In case I need to swap into anybody else, I am going to do that. Do I want to fight more trainers? I don't know if I really want to deal with more trainers. Because these guys are actually scaring me now. That Farfetch'd really just spooked me. I think he's a nightmare monster. Timer balls. Okay, so that's the exit. Okay. Oh, so this is Viridian Forest then. Okay. I now know the layout of this place. Because it's the multiple paths snaking up and down. I see. That's actually kind of helpful. Because this game does pull from multiple sources for its layouts. Oh, hi. Hi, child. How are you? Please no. I'd rather we don't. I just got deleted by a bird. Oh, you have more birds. Why do you all have birds? And I have Nort out. That's not good. Queen, get in there, please. That's scary as heck. I don't like that. Oh, yeah, that would have killed him. Poison Sting. Assurance. Oh, geez, that's gonna do a lot of damage. I hope this poisons. Please poison. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Oh my god. I don't like how dangerous this is getting. Super potion. Okay, I need to just keep Queen in the game. I really need to keep this Pokemon. Oh my god, please. Oh no. Please stop. God. I could heal stall and just hope that works. Or I could hit her I could hit this dude in the face. Oh my god, that was not the right call. Please stop. Okay, thank you. I was about to say, please stop. Okay, I need to just heal stall because I do not want to die. I do not want to lose Queen. Because if I can get a Moonstone, this will be more assuredly the most powerful Pokemon on my team. Because Nidoqueen is an absolute tank. So, you know what? I'm going to be dishonorable and just use another potion. I don't care. I do not care about honor. I need to win. I need to win. And this Fearow does not deserve better. Why is you still alive? Why are you still alive? Why? This bird. I swear to G. I don't need this. Okay, thank you. It's dead now. Oh my god. This bird is absolutely throwing hands right now. I don't know why either. This thing is just absolutely not with it. Atalanta can learn... You can learn Wing Attack, really? I am getting rid of False Swipe. We don't need that here. We do not need False Swipe in this dojo. I don't need it. Atalanta is trying to learn Fury Cutter. Now that one, I believe, is... Yeah, it gets powerful on each successive hit. Blech. For some reason, I couldn't speak English. I could swap out... I'm going to swap out Focus Energy. I think Agility will be really helpful later. And I could use it to boost up certain... Meowth. Okay. Probably just double kick and win. Ah, that's good. Okay, so just taunting. Alright, taunt this fool. It taunted into double kick and died. Like talking smack to somebody and then immediately getting punted. Hoping to find some more supplies, so hopefully I can find something useful. I do need to catch another full team though, because we are disturbingly broke in terms of Pokemon right now. I'm just gonna cut. I'm gonna cut through here. Hey Nahamaha, how's it going today? We swapped off a Problem Sleuth a little early, on account of my brain starting to slowly melt. But we're now playing Pokemon Emerald Rogue. Another Oddish. I do not want you. I do not want this boy. I'm good. How about you? I'm doing good. I had a good day. Can't escape. I had a good day. I did a lot though. I was pretty busy, but it was fun. I should have just attacked. I imagine I could have just attacked once and won. Oh, almost. But I've been good. Mother's Day has been nice. And I got a lot done, so feel good. I should probably switch Nort to the back, because I think I am getting a bit cooked like this. Did you guys do the English version of that song yet? Did I? I don't think I got to it yet. I think I was remembering to, and then I stopped. Then I didn't stop to do so yet. I'll need to do so after stream. I'll take a listen after stream. Oh, Anorith. Got her? Oh, it's dead. I forgot that our Anorith is really... I forgot that Anorith is really weak, but Armaldo is an absolute tank. Ooh, Tentacool. I could probably catch... Probably just throw a ball and catch. Oh, nobody claimed first? Really? I'm surprised by that. That's kind of surprising to me. I don't know. I know it's been a little bit surprised. All right, so we have Tentacool. I'm gonna name Tentacool. Name it Kithon. Kithon. Let's see. What do we got in terms of team? Yeah, 5 Pokemon. I should probably just wait. No, I should catch another Pokemon. I should probably catch another Pokemon. I need a full party. I don't know what's gonna come next, and I could get absolutely toasted. I could just catch another Scyther. Huh. Okay then. What's the... I think it's Hipponomes was the one who married Atalanta. I'll name this one Hipponomes. No. Just enough space for Hipponomes. There we go. Alright, so now I have 2 Scythers. I am fine with this. I just needed a Pokemon. I really just needed a Pokemon. Okay, now can I afford a Moonstone? That's what you have Moonstone. You do not. You have a Leaf Stone. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, that's a little rough. I will buy a protein for Atalanta, though. I think Atalanta could probably solo this gym if we don't get a gym that would suck. Like Rock-type. Pokeball. Oh, Forest. Nahamaha, to catch you up, though, we have been playing Raider Quest. Wow. I should probably redeem you those points, Echo, only because the last time you redeemed for one, I think you fell asleep at the wheel. I think because I remember that you redeemed for one, and then we were waiting for you, and I think you were asleep. Emerald, is this a ROM hack? Yes, it is, actually. It's Pokemon Emerald Rogue. It's a roguelike version of Pokemon. Sleep happens. It do happen. It's a ROM hack. Let's see. Let me get to the overworld map because I think I'm good on items right now. But yes, it's a roguelike, so now we're going towards the we spend a route preparing for a gym battle, and then we go in. Alright, well, I don't know what the gym is, so we're just gonna have to go for it and see what happens. Okay, Brawly's not bad, actually. Especially with Atalanta prepared. I forgot to use that protein. This is fine. I'll make it work. I'll just make it work. We have Wing Attack, and I can spam. This will be fine. Wing Attack, spam. I could use Agility later just to make sure I always go first, but... but not tonight since the raid target will be me since I can do that. That is true. It is one of those, Yeah, I will say, Hecko, it is one of those catches in the rules that I did actually think about when I made the request thing. Because I did think about that, like, well, couldn't people just start redeeming for themselves? And wouldn't that be, like, a bad thing? I'm like, I mean, technically, no. It doesn't really work like that. It's not really a bad thing if people are redeeming for it. It's like... Like, obviously, as self-serving as it may be. I will say, Hecko, it's like... That's kind of just it to me, though, is that it's like if somebody consistently does it like every single stream, then I could be like, okay, yeah, no. But it's like if somebody does it like once, like in a blue moon, it's like, oh, every once in a while, it's like, oh, hey, here's the thing. And also, you've also consistently also done it for other people, so it's not like you're just sitting here like, oh, I'm gonna keep redeeming for myself. It's like, I know you wouldn't. I know you well enough that you wouldn't. Also, Drifter, I don't know if I will. But I will think about it. If I have time this week, I'll probably think about it, but I might be busy this week. I've been very busy the last couple weeks. I've been really stuck on game stuff this week. Let's see. Sharply reduces special defense. Actually, that would be much better than acid. Could make you an egg of it. If you do, let me know, because I will trade for it, because that would be very nice. I think I know that it's mostly because the last time I tried to do one of the raids, I got just clowned on, and I got tired. Got mine in a friend ball. Oh, that's nice. I know you well enough that you won't do it if you say it like that. That, you know, Drifter, that's fair. I think the trouble I have is when I'm working on something, and when I get to the end of the day, and I'm thinking, okay, what do I want to play when I'm at the end of the day? And sometimes I look at a game. It's happened a few times with specifically Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, where, oh, do I want to play ranked games to get rewards right now? And I will stare at the screen and think, you know what, I'm good. I will stare at the screen and just think, you know what, I'm gonna load up something else. I'm gonna go play something else. Hitmontop. I think Hitmontop's faster, actually. You know what? Yeah, I am gonna use agility. I don't feel like getting outsped by a Hitmontop. That'd be very scary. Triple Axel. Ow. What? What is Triple Axel's typing? What typing is that? Because it has to be rock if it's super effective, I think. I think it has to be rock. Well, that's not great. Okay, just go for wing attack. Just hit him. Well, that was dumb. I probably should have just done that. Oh, I was right anyway, though. Oh, no. That's not good. Ice? It might be ice type, then? Is Triple Axel an ice type move? But too lazy to breed. We didn't even do egg trades for the previous ones. I am scared now because this thing is using moves I don't understand. If it is ice type, then I need to use Python and hope that this works. Double beam. Oh, I could have thrown on toxic spikes first. Ah, crap. This is fine. This is fine. That's not fine. Okay, yeah, so... Holy crap, it does so much damage! What? Oh my god. This thing is an absolute monster. What is that? What even is that? Okay, we're gonna rapid spin for the win. Nope, it is gonna beat me to death. Ice type move? Then why, wait, why was Pineco fine? What the? Oh my god. Gotta be kidding me. Okay, that's really not good. Oh. Ow. Oh my god. I am getting swept by a Hitmontop. Oh my lord, man. I was doing just fine, and then this thing just decided to throw hands. Yeah, no, this is death. Oh, that's a wipe. Oh, I hate that thing. I hate this Hitmontop. All right, well, that's the end of this run. Oof. Oh well, what are you gonna do? All right, welcome back. Earn rewards based on how well you did. Let's have a look now. You managed to complete 8 routes. Rewards should be... All right, so we got 2,000 to spend here. Since you got back from your first adventure, you should speak to Scott and collect any rewards from Quest. Yep. And this allows us to skip some things if we level up our Pokemon here. So anything you do in the hub world it actually is a permanent change. So if you make adjustments and change your Pokemon here, the Pokemon will be changed permanently instead of just being where it like stuck the way it is. All right, so we got a bunch of rare candies. We got cut. We got money. We have the berry patch, which would be good for later. Okay, so I'm gonna go look really quick and see what we have, because I know now we can buy some stuff for later. I'm gonna go check out that berry patch because we can actually grow some stuff. And these will grow in between runs. Plant Pecaberry, Hornberry. We can get these back later. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna use the rare candies now so Carmen starts at a higher level, at least one. I think just having Carmen at level 8 would be nice. Let's see. Hopefully next time, hopefully this next run, Carmen doesn't get nuked. Okay, this is the clothing shop. You buy great balls. Probably could buy. Actually, heal balls would be very nice for early fun. That actually be very nice. Triple Axel being an ice move, and my whole team was just weak to it, was just not great. That was not great for me at all. But there wasn't a whole ton I could do to prepare for that, besides just being, like, you know, aware of the universe entirely. Alrighty, let's do another run. But like any other roguelike, we can buy resources and make our chances better each time. But at the end of the day, we are kind of beholden to... Oh, wait, crap. Oh, wait, you know what? I'm going to go back really quick. I do want to check something really quick. All right, no, retire. Retire. Are you sure you'd like to return to the hub? Yes, I do. Welcome back. You received nothing. I received nothing. Like saving progress? No, I'll be right back. I need to check something. I do need to check something, though, because there is something important that I forgot. Where is it? Oh, config lab. Can I... All right, question. There it is. There's a button. This. Bag wipe. No. Which one of these turns on over leveling? Is this really not the... It's a config lab. Here you can change settings for the next adventure. Trainer difficulty is set to average. Experience all is set to on. Item rates average. Legendary encounters is set to average. I don't really know. I remember looking into this and I was trying to figure out if it has the expanded Pokedex or not, and I don't know if it does. Very weird. Because I remember that the thing that was in the video I first saw this ROM hack on was that they had sprites for Pokemon that were like Gen 7 or something. And I remember just thinking, well, wait, what? How does that work then? How do I get more? But I don't really care. I just want to... Like, I do care enough that I want to at least see it, but I don't care enough to, you know, be, like, upset about it if I can't find it. Tough Sharp. Tough Gloomy. Average Breezy. Tough Magical. Average Gloomy. Oh, I'm confused. I'm gonna go with Tough Magical. I don't really know that route very well. Oh, flowers. 3 soda pops. Okay. And heal powder. Intriguing. I really like the sound bites in... The sound bites in Game Boy Pokemon are some of my favorite. Oh, Swinub, I love him. I actually really like Swinub. Swinub's great. Alright, let's just catch the boy. Or girl. Come here. Come here, small one. It is time we work together. Well, we got nuked by an ice type last time, by an ice type move. So I guess it's fitting that we get an ice type this time. Alright. Roots for food by rubbing snout. Oh, yeah. We don't really need to read the Pokédex. I'm gonna name her... I'm gonna name her Uma. Uma. I just gotta come up with names. I feel like there is a whole... You could probably go on a whole thing about how to name characters and how to give names. It's one of those things that I think once you've done it a couple times, either in fiction or otherwise, I think you get really good at learning what naming conventions are. And you sort of also see where do you come up with names. I usually draw from myth, and I also draw from the etymology of a name if I'm going to name a character something. And I think that's it's almost more personal when you name characters based on etymology. And you take the time to research, okay, what would this name mean for this character? And what does it make sense in your world? You know, it's all that. There's a whole lot that goes into it, but sometimes characters are just named the way they are just because it's the name they were given. Some characters do not get that deep with their names, and that's fine. But I also think that it's nice when you get to focus in on making a name matter. And that's something I do all the time. I try to make character names matter. Because I think that if you give a character a thematically appropriate name, like, it doesn't have to be super, like, constant, like a super deep thing, but as long as you put some thought into it, I think it's better. A name is made better when you put thought into it. Name her Josie. Josie. I know one of the easiest ways for me to name like background characters and things is I really like taking, depending on if it's a fantasy setting, I like taking names that are normal in our world and just removing or adding some letters, because the pronunciation is still there and easy to spot. My half-foot elf fire draconic sorcerer's name Aerith Goal, which is just log fire backwards. Yeah, see, it's like, but you generally have a story with how you get to names, right? And by having some sort of fun with it and by putting some thought into it, you end up with something better, right? Because I imagine that name still is fun for you. Like you look at that name and you think, oh yeah, this is, yeah, it comes from a pun, but it comes from a place that's fun. Oh, there's items there and I don't have surf. Oh, old man. Hello. I mean, I named my rogue druid in D&D. I named them Roman Thorn because it was a double pun where it's like they're roaming thorn because they're constantly being a thorn in the side of people who are, you know, being bad to other people. But then it's also, they're called Roman Thorn because they're druid. They do druidic things. So I wanted a name that was representative of nature in some way. So Thorn was like, oh, like a rose thorn. Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And that's the kind of thing I think of when I'm naming characters. You know, it's I like to go further in like that. I mean, one of the ones that I can point at as a good example of how I do naming is the way I did naming in Valhalla Station, which was my first book. Valhalla Station, a lot of the most characters are named after, there are a couple of different ways I named characters. Either A, it was related to a gemstone or some sort of earthly element, or they were named after famous historical figures. And that was kind of what I went with for names there, was that earth elements kind of are harkening back to, these are characters and people who are closer to what Earth used to be, because the whole story is about, you know, humans after Earth and going to, you know, and being on Valhalla Station. And then the other characters are those characters who are more closely tied to the past and trying to be in the past of humans themselves and not Earth. It's like the difference between the past of Earth and the past of humans. And a lot of the characters related to look at Jaguar, it's pretty much whatever Toriyama's having for lunch. Yes. But specifically, he stuck to it. The key thing is that he stuck to his naming convention, which is important. Having a naming convention and sticking to it is very important. Even if your naming convention is the name should just be meaning something beyond just being a name, because that's good enough. As long as your names mean something, it's good. But of course, it's like you don't need to get so deep into it. Because sometimes you come up with something fun like, oh, I'm going to name all my characters after gemstones. And it's like, that's easy. That's an easy one. It's like, oh, you don't even need to come up with a reason for it. It's just, oh, I like this. And if you like naming your stuff like Lapis or Emerald or Ruby or Sapphire, it's like, oh yeah, that's fun. And that's a fun one. That's a very fun and like relatively easy, innocuous sort of naming convention. And I think that's just fine. That's fantastic. But you don't need to get so deep every time. But you know, conversely, you're rewarded for putting the thought down. Let's see. Tough wet route, average breezy, average course, or I'm confused. I'd like some type coverage, so I think I'm gonna go with average breezy. What's your fighter D&D character named? Oh, that one's a pun one. His name is Stored Fool, which is Norwegian for Big Bird. Because he was named Big Bird because, like in Norwegian, is store. He was named as such because one, he was born to a family of people who are like, I think on average they're all like 5'7", and he's like 6'4", and he was named because he was a big baby, and also he's like in the current setting it was like, yeah, he's a very, are they an Aarakocra? No, they're human. They're a human fighter. They're just very tall. And they kind of like, whenever I look at the picture we generated of him, he kind of looks like what I imagine the mythologically accurate Thor looks like. Because he's very, like, very red hair, very, broad shoulder, very broad across the chest and shoulders, very... He's a very big and imposing dude, but he's also born of a flock and tends to other people often. And he's also, his family animal is a cardinal. So it's one of those things where he is very tied to bird like stuff. I'm gonna name... Actually, I'm gonna name Roselia Araya. Musical names are very pretty. But they are surprisingly not an Aarakocra, so... I actually tend to play human characters a lot. I tend to play a lot of human characters. And I think it's mostly just because I'm, like, for me personally, it's just always big bored. Yeah, basically big bored. And that's kind of his deal. That's his shtick, as it were. It's just how he is. Oh, I wish I had an Eevee. But that's just kind of how he is as a character, so... But I like that. I actually kind of like having character conventions like that, where you take the time to name a character something that is thematically prevalent. And I also like the notion of naming characters something so that it's like, I don't know, I like naming characters is fun. I also play a lot of human characters in D&D, but I have played other races. I think I gravitate towards humans because oftentimes if you give a character a name, if I give them a name like, yeah, if you give them a name, like, I mean, if you don't give them a name, you could that is also room for some intrigue, really. 3/4 of my characters are non-human. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where I think I've been trying to expand my I know that the other one I do is I do tieflings a little bit. I know that in Greenwalker I have a equivalent, guess technically 404 because my human was a variant human. Variant humans do count as humans. It's just they're kind of just weird humans. They get an extra feat, really. But I do think that I do like giving having characters that are unique. And I don't think just playing a different race is going to make them unique, so I like to give them personality first. Ow. Catch bird. I know I had basically the equivalent of a tiefling in Greenwalker and a minotaur at some point. And I really like playing, I actually really like playing as minotaurs too. Minotaurs are fun. Delibird. Embis. Wait, what do we win? C-Dot. C-Dot's a bit of an odd one. On the one hand, I'm gonna catch it just because a grass type would be nice, but I also know that C-Dot does not learn grass moves early, which kind of sucks. So I want to play a variant human with the backstory that he was the child of a minotaur and a mermaid and just got the human traits. Actually, that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. I think at one point I considered playing... I think at some point I considered playing a... Oh, what's the name of the race? They're the Atlanteans, basically. I forget their names, though. I forget the actual name. The Awakenings. I imagine this guy's gonna throw hands, so I'm gonna swap to Uma. And throw hands. Hello. I'm trying to remember what the race is called. I think they're called something with a V. What the heck is it? Part of me wants to open up 5e tools right now and go look. Because I'm losing it right now. It's like what the name of it is like I know that they're basically Atlanteans, but they're like the D&D equivalent. I forget what they're called. Because they can control water and stuff. They're not Sahagins, because Sahagins Vidalcan. No, Vidalcans are the psychic ones. But Vidalcans are cool. You know what? Yeah, I'm looking it up. I'm lost. It is not Vidalcans though, because Vidalcans are psychic. These ones are more like 5e tool. Okay, let me see. Player races. 5e tools. Let's see. I swear I'll recognize it the moment I see it too, because I know it's in the Mythic Odyssey of Theros. So, okay, the moment. Oh, at least Bento's evolving. We have something to look at while we're waiting. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, it was Tritons. Like Triton. Tritons? 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 Like King Triton from Little Mermaid. Bento's trying to learn Razor Leap. Okay, we have grass moves now. This is good. Let's see. Nature Power. I'm gonna get rid of Nature Power because that's too much of a... That is too much of a question mark in gym battles. Wontons. Delicious. Well, I mean, yes, but... Triton. So it'd be... I had food. I had a lot of food today, so I am definitely not hungry. You know what? I am going to fight this lady. I think the extra money will be worth it. The extra money will be worth it, I think. But the Tritons are very cool. They make great paladins because their racial spellcasting, like their innate spellcasting, is based on charisma, and they get Wall of Water, which on a paladin is really good for keeping opponents with you and keeping them in a fight with you. Just very good. And surprisingly effective, too. So it is certainly one of those things that I think is very cool. I probably shouldn't have used Absorb. Yeah, that's not great. But I like the... I think that having more variety is good, though. I'm just not the greatest at it. I try to remind myself to do so, but it is not easy to tell yourself to play something out of your comfort zone. I think also it's hard for me to drop it because Variant Human in D&D is always a good choice because it lets you specialize right away. Because you could choose a feat and you get something that immediately differentiates you from everyone at your table, which is very helpful. And it also means that you get some additional, you know, padding to help you out in case something goes wrong in a session, because you have something that can protect you a little. Interesting. Never heard of Wall of Water. Didn't think of it as about as cold damage. It isn't. It basically just makes it so your opponent can't get away easily. You used to Wall of Fire and Force. Basically, what Wall of Water does is it makes it so that, because traveling through it is basically, I think it's basically difficult terrain, and it also stops arrows. It stops arrows, and it does a bunch of other stuff that's pretty good. I like Wall of Wind as well for the same reason. I played a Variant Human Gunslinger once. Those are a lot of fun. I think Gunslingers are cool, but Variant Humans are a lot of fun. Oh, I read it wrong. Spells that deal cold damage that pass through the wall cause the area of the wall they pass through to freeze solid for a 5-foot section. Yes. So basically, you can create solid cover if you shoot through it, which can be very weird tactically if you do something like that, because you can actually create solid sections of wall instead of just having sections where it just you know, just water. But it's that one and Wall of Wind I personally think are underrated, because if you have them and you're able to use them at will, or even just having them available, is really fun. My feat was the Gunner feat, which ignores the reload property. Oh man, Gunner is great for that, especially if you're in a gun heavy setting. It's very good. It's very helpful. I know that D&D, there are a lot of settings where guns just aren't there, but when you're in a setting with guns, you can feel it, because guns can do some nonsense if you're in the right setting. Okay, there's the exit. Let's see what we get. Free get out of jail freeze with encounters. But stuff like Wall of Wind, I think Wall of Wind is one of those ones that people forget about because, oh, but it's not gonna lock people out, but it does help when you use Wall of Wind and turn off archers. Doing that with a hand crossbow and crossbow expert, it's a lot of, like, I'm happy that both have options for it. I think I'm gonna do I have anybody who evolves by stone? No. Well, actually, wait, no, Bento does. Crap. You know what? I will try it. If I can get a leaf stone and get shift tree, that would be very good. That would actually be pretty powerful. Okay, we have all those rare candies. We could use them. So everyone had a gun. It was set in old-timey Western setting, so everyone had a gun. That's pretty good. I could use... I think I'm going to use one on Carmen. So Carmen's now a Combuskin, so we actually got to keep Carmen the whole time. I know in my settings I tend to not do guns, but if somebody flavors a spell as being a gun, I'm okay with it. I know that one of them would do just the sniping with Eldritch Blast and was basically a sniper. A gun-wielding monk is a very strong build. It is, actually. It's more powerful than I think people would give immediate credit for. And it's also a lot of fun. Because throwing something like that out there is just really scary for people. Because you can really mess with people if you just suddenly whip out a gun. Okay, do I have enough money? Wait, no. I need to buy a leaf stone. Do you have any? You do not have a leaf stone. God dang it. Every single time. I am getting really... I'm getting toyed with on that respect. Scope line. Actually, scope lines would be good. I'm gonna give that to Carmen because I think Carmen might be able to make good use of it. But I am a big fan of the I'm a big fan of those. Yeah, I'm gonna give the scope. Already holding one Oranberry. Yes, I would like to switch the item. Alrighty. I think I'm good in terms of everything I can do. Done everything I can, so it's time to fight the gym. I like multi-classing, because multi-classing lets you get some stuff. The ranger I'm playing has a crazy endgame goal multi-class. That's pretty fun. And we're fighting Roxanne. Ready. I am deathly scared that Roxanne's gonna do some nonsense, so... Because these guys also stretch what it means to be, like, a gym type, because sometimes they do some dumb stuff. There we go. Whew. Gloomstalker, Ranger, Twilight Cleric, Assassin, Rogue, Battlemaster, Fighter. Yeah, 4 classes is nuts. But Twilight Cleric is amazing. Twilight Cleric is great, especially if you only grab the one level. It's fantastic. But similarly, also some of the stuff you can get to with all of those together. Yeah, you're going to become basically a walking howitzer, especially when you roll all the dice for damage. You're going to be doing some nonsense by the end of the campaign. I actually changed my character a little bit because I'm not just going to be pure fighter. I like to call this the IKEA Paladin, where you take up a spellcasting class and fighter, and you basically put the two together and sort of make your paladin at home. Because I'm grabbing up some cleric levels. I'm gonna grab war cleric levels, and that'll be a lot of fun. Every time I've run into... Oh, I should not have done that. Whoops. Every time I've run into Larvitar in my personal save file on this ROM hack, I have gotten, like, destroyed, because I always run into Tyranitar, and... Oh my god, every time I've seen a Tyranitar in this game, I get destroyed. That thing is a legendary, just hiding in the suit of a normal Pokemon. That thing is nightmare fuel. A demon. It's a demon. Alrighty. Twilight Cleric Dark Vision thing is hilarious. I get an additional 300 feet. And I can give that to someone I touch. So imagine a human without a Dark Vision. I touch him. So they got 330 of Dark Vision. It is impressive how much you're able to get out of those. Because Dark Vision is crazy. Dark Vision is crazy when you don't normally get it. Average Course or Average Sharp. Average breeze. I think average sharp is gonna be what I go for. A steel type would be very nice right now. Oh, so this is what I was talking about earlier with the route orientations. This is actually Cerulean Bridge's layout from Pokemon Fire Red. Very cool. I like this. I just appreciate it. Let's see. 4 different Pokemon we can catch on this route. I think that... Oh, Slowpoke. I want to go with Slowpoke. We do need a water type, so I could catch him and then just wait. Do we have any more Pokeballs? I am down to just Heal Balls, huh? Well, I'll use Ember and then Heal Ball. It will be just fine. As long as I catch him this next turn, I'll be fine. But I think D&D is still one of my favorite systems. It's probably why I'm not going to move to 1 D&D whenever that's actually out. I'm just going to stick with 5th edition. I don't care. If they release something I want to use, I'll use it, but I don't think I'm going to be using much of their stuff. Okay, I do know that Delibird is not very good. I do know that Delibird's not the best Pokemon. I'm gonna name... Kicker? Why did I want to name it Kicker? I want to name him. I think some of the changes with 1 D&D are very dumb. A lot of the ones I've read so far, I'm not very impressed with. I just, every time I read something up about it, I just get a little bit, just that little bit annoyed, you know? Just, oh, but why change that? Because there are certain things in games you just don't need to change, you know? Just, you don't need to change everything whenever you're making a new thing, right? Because if you change everything all the time, ever, you're going to constantly be shuffling out the people who like your stuff. Oh, Goldeen. I forgot to heal. Let's get a throw. The Dread Ambusher thing is kind of insane for me, because even with disadvantage of low light, being invisible to creatures with dark vision gives me advantage. That's really good, actually. It is very cool. Dread Ambusher is very powerful. In Martial class is arguably worse, made spellcasters much better. I feel like the trouble is that I think that if they change, because if they also made Wizard weirder, because they made writing down spells in your books a spell, which is weird. They might keep Slowpoke. Okay, so we have options. It's, you know, it's said that we were gonna get steel types, and they're just not there. But yeah, I think that it's a general design flaw if people change things that arbitrarily. I think Pokemon's got a great track record of that, just thinking about how these games have worked. Because if they make a change, it's generally something for the better. The thing that lets you modify spells is insane, though. You know what's funny about that, Drifter, is that I've already done that in my homebrew games. I just let people, if they want to learn a spell of a certain type, and they want to change this type, the damage type out, I'm perfectly fine with them just doing so and taking it as a different spell. And they can name it. I actually made one myself, actually, that I did something like that, where I actually made a version of... What was it again? It was the spell... Brain work with me here. It was Chromatic Orb. I actually did that with Chromatic Orb, where I actually made Chromatic Orb into... Or the thing that lets you fire Fireball at your feet and you and your ally friendlies are safe. That's actually in Sorcerer with Careful Spell. Because I can't help but give some spellcaster steaming. Yeah, see, I already do that, where I made something called Electrum Blade, which takes 2d8 of the damage types that Chromatic Orb does, and and then just makes it so it's 3d8 damage, same damage amount, but 1d8 of it is slashing damage. Basically just Elemental Destructo Disc, which I think is very cool. Get in the ball. I want this lad class. Actually, if we get a Spheal, Walrein is insanely good. So I imagine we could actually just... We could decimate some people if we keep Spheal. Yeah, no, get out of here, Kicker. We're keeping Spheal. And I'm naming her... Jenna? I don't know why Jenna. I don't know my naming conventions anymore. I really like theming spellcasters though. I'm with you on that one, Crooked. Name it Cube. I should have. Crap. I don't know why my brain just went Jenna. I'm like, okay, yeah, its name is Jenna now. It's just Jenna. But I really like having spellcasting theming. I feel like it's also nice because then it lets people have the spellcasting they want. Because say you want somebody who does want to specialize in acid damage, then they can make their spells into whatever they want with acid damage. Which is much better. I think it's more fun. You have genuinely more fun when you allow your players to do what they wish to try. It's much more exciting. Oof. Let's stretch a little. Wah. I was about to say, please hit. I make gag weapons for my players. My favorite being the Ferret Barret, which is a ferret that shoots bullets that give +1 to hit and to damage. That's pretty good. The rhyming and alliteration of the back half is really good. Mud Bomb. Oh, Mud Bomb's a tough one because it could be good, but it can also miss. It's not 100% accurate. It's scary. Let's see. Everybody hit level... Alright, and then Jenna hit level 18. We get Ice Ball. I love Spheal, by the way. I think Spheal is one of my favorite Pokemon designs in general. It's just a ball! It's amazing. Brine. Ooh, Brine's really good, actually. But I think with... I think that if players want to add more elemental spells, just makes sense as well lore-wise. Wizards take years of time and study and fortunes to learn magic, so it makes sense for them to understand the weave enough to modify arcane formulas. Yeah, and the way that I see it is that if a player wants to make a spell that they don't have, I think it's more fun when they can just make the spell they wish. You know, just, oh, I want an acid-style fireball. Okay, yeah, here you go. Or, oh, do you want something like a certain an elemental version of, I don't know, like Bladed Disaster? I don't know, I'm just trying to think, like spitball. But it's like just having different versions of spells can be a lot of fun. I'm gonna do this route because we can get a full stop and get some new stuff. Freshwaters. I probably could do some EV training, but that's kind of lame. I also like the idea of, you know, when you have a spell that's named after somebody, it, you know, it just has like, oh, it has a name and it has some interesting lore behind it. You know, if you design a spell and you name it, oh, I'm gonna name it Besco's Super Wave or something, like, I don't know, I'm just coming up with something. But, you know, you come up with something cool, you could just name your spells and have some fun times with it. Oh, that's right, fairy typing's in this version. I forgot. I always forgot about that. Tasha's Caustic Brute. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that, you know, where you have spells named after yourself. You know what's a funny thing, actually? There are a couple spells in Red Genie in the magic section that are named after people. Once I had to create a spell and like, in-character balance it for use in the wider world. It was very cool. Yeah, exactly. And having all the different spell types. It's like, oh, that's cool. It lets you have fun. You can have fun with it. And like spells like that, like Drifter said, like Maximilian's Earth and Grasp or Big B's Hand. Yeah, they're fun. 55 or 95? I think I'll swap out Tackle for that. But it's a lot of fun. I know that one of the things I like doing is just changing the damage type is enough to oftentimes if you want to make a brand new spell, all you have to do is just make the spell into, just make it a different element type and it suddenly changes the entire spell. Because if you make Fireball into any element that isn't fire, it suddenly becomes a much different threat. Because some enemies will be Jim's Magic Missile. No, that's true. Jim's Magic Missile does exist. Ow. I just poked my stomach and I just hurt myself. But I think having... Let's see. I want to go with... I'm gonna go with Aurora Beam instead. But having spells that are unique to the player can also can be interesting, because if you look at how spells change the dynamic of the game, you'll actually find that a lot of, and it's okay, I'll make one now. Like if you change out Fireball to Ice or something, or Lightning, it suddenly is a much bigger threat to a lot of different targets. Like say Devils. Most Devils are resistant or immune to fire. You suddenly have an Ice Fireball and that whole immunity thing goes out the window. It's big different. And that's true for a lot of games in general, is that if you change any one thing, the balance suddenly shifts. You know, I would say a great example is if I suddenly reduce the power in Red Genie of all magic, Drifter's Magic Ball, same damage as Fireball, but you roll 1d6 for the damage type. That would actually be really scary. If you throw it out there and you're thinking, oh my god, what would happen if Ice Demons? Actually, wait, Drifter, could it be Magic 8 Ball, so you have to roll a d8 to see what damage type it is? Ice Demons. Yeah, Ice Demons would be scary. Oh, that's right. Ugh. Ow. Oh, get in the ball. I am not dealing with this threat. Get in the ball. Uh-oh. I think I'm going to run away from this because I have a really scary feeling about this Girafarig. It's going to kill Josie. Okay, Josie is dead. That's not good. Goal is to stop an aberration parasite from infecting a host without harming the brain. So the idea was to crazy diamond it and temporarily reverse the inside of a creature's skull to a previous state, but like just making that spell on its own would be terrifyingly dangerous in anyone's hands. So I needed to debuff it while keeping it effective enough for the original task. I'm amazed that you even thought to try that. I am impressed by the creativity. Let's see. I need to Razor Leaf. Doesn't affect Bento. Oh, that's right, because Nuzleaf is also Dark type. That's right. Get in the ball, Girafarig. Well, we have a new party member. Unfortunately, I had to come with the sacrifice. We had to sacrifice Josie to get Girafarig. Don't appreciate that, but I'll take it. I don't like it, but I will take it. Alright, I will, however... ah, yes, I have to release the fainted Josie. Taco Cat. That's pretty good, though, Crooked. Let's see. We have... need to fight one more thing on this route so I can level up. Oh, never mind. We need this. Kangaskhan is good. Kangaskhan's a good Pokemon. Kangaskhan is actually extremely strong. And very tanky. Even if that Stomp did a lot of damage. I do... oh, nope, nope. We're going to catch that one. I am going to catch this one. This one's really good. I know well enough that Kangaskhan is a worthwhile Pokemon. If I were to create a magic item, it'd be modeled after the LBG in Monster Hunter, taking a bonus action and change out the ammo of your bowgun to a different type. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Well, like when you're making a game, one of the things that I've learned from all of my experience is that adding new things is an interesting take. Because my idea of Julia 2, my changeling character, is very insistent on saving everyone close to her and protecting the Kingdom She calls home, despite the fact they have peeved a Bone Devil with access to aberrant parasites. Ugh. Yeah, that's a little worrying. Let's see. I think I'm gonna keep... you know what? I'm gonna keep Bento. I think Shift Tree will be worth it. And Kangaskhan is really worth it. I'm gonna name her Hera. Oh, wait, party just beat a Bone Devil too? Oh, what convenience. But I do think that there is a boon to having something, to having like we just clobbered it to death. I remember when I played as Corvin Onyx back in that campaign, I did actually at one point I did a suplex on a Bone Devil, and I like broke his neck. I was not having it with that fool. Because this was built different. Yeah, no, if a Bone Devil has access to more than the average lad, it can be scary. I think all devils have the capacity to be scary. But yeah, no, designing anything new for a game can be an interesting task because of the nature of of balancing a game, and by extension, understanding what the essence of fun is a very weird tightrope to run around on. Because it's not just a matter of, oh yeah, you just throw it in there and it works. It's like you have to be aware and cognizant of what that thing is going to do to your game. And it can be very hard to account for such things. It's very weird. It's a very weird thing that scientifically you kind of have to... It's a subjective thing because on the one hand, you have to subjectively feel what makes it the sword of never-ending mending, a sword that will repair any damage to it, but at a cost of -1 damage. That's an interesting design. But whenever you design something, whenever you make something in a game, it's a subjective feeling of what feels good, and you have to have a good idea of what good feels like. Because it's not just, oh yeah, you know it. You have to get a practice and understand what it means for something to feel right. And it's hard to put it into quantitative verbiage. It's very hard to just say, oh yeah, this is what makes it 100% good all the time. Because you can't just say, oh yeah, it's balanced when it feels like X, Y, and Z. No, you'll know it's balanced. Because you'll know it's balanced because it's fun. Because it's good enough that people enjoy using it, but not so good that people only use it. And it gives people a reason to use it. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, this is a viable tool in my toolkit, but it's not something that just takes over my life. Which is one of those things that I think I got good on Red Genie, is that no one weapon type feels like the others are unnecessary. Even with slings, I think what I did with slings is that in Red Genie is that slings are the advanced weapon for players who know what they're doing. Like swords, daggers, and hammers. You're going to be using those in your first playthrough. I almost think exclusively. I don't think many players who just get a hold of the game are going to be doing the whole thing where they use all of the weapons all the time. They're probably going to pick and choose their favorite 3 and never try any of the other types. And that is expected. I actually have been well aware that is going to be how it works. Let's see. Do I need any... I don't think I need any items. I don't have any leaf stones. Or sag, but just move. I think also it's good that I saved my money because I can check what gymlet this is going to do. Okay, let's put in money and see what gym it is. Psychic. Ooh, Psychic. Okay, who... I think the only other person who has a move for this is Hera. I think I'm gonna move based on who is... Carmen should not enter this gym. If Carmen enters this gym, she dies. That's just a cap. She's just dead. Alright, Psychic types, huh? Oh, it's Liza again. I see. But balancing is hard, and understanding what makes a good balance is not something that's... It's also different based on your game. Because some games, you're going to be balancing in a different way than others. Because it's not just numbers. It does also... What the heck is that damage? Why? What is it with these guys and having full, like, EVs and everything? Like, geez, man. You guys are absolutely just dunking on me. I do not understand why these guys are dunking so hard on me. Holy crap. Need to heal already. Rock slide. Okay, it missed. Okay. At least I'll finish this guy off, but jeez, man. I do not understand what I did to make these guys just so angry. Oh my goodness. Okay. At least I'm level 25 now. Mega Punch. We'll leave that one. I think I've done a good job with at least figuring out what it means for me to balance a game. Because it comes down to, does it feel fun, and does it... And do the players have options for different things? Do they feel like they have options that they can use in different situations? Ah, nope, Bento's dead. Let's see. I think Uma can handle this part, but I do not like this. Mud Slap. I'll start with Mud Slap and then do Mud Bomb. I don't know what's up with gym leaders in this game. They are way stronger than I always expect, and it's just... Jeez. Okay, yeah, if I try to keep going, Uma's gonna just die. I need to... God. This is something I've seen enough times in this game, in this particular ROM hack, but... Oh my god. For some reason, the gym leaders are on a different level. They are just beyond strong. And I don't know what their deal is. They are just always constantly ready to throw hands. I know that past Gym 3, they start giving them life orbs and focus sashes and stuff, so they start getting into, like, dumb, strong kind of stuff. Because they start actually throwing hands. And, oh, please, no, I don't want to be confused. I'd rather we didn't. I'd rather this doesn't happen. Good lordy. This thing is really just throwing hands. I do not like this thing. Ow. I don't have enough healing. Well, no, wait, I have the lemonade. Oh, jeez. I do think that is probably why this is so much harder, is because your effort values are so much lower. You do not get the effort value training of actually going through a game, because you don't get the same training. Because normally when you're playing through Pokemon, you get to train your Pokemon by battling a lot to get to gym battles. But you don't do that in this ROM hack, so you just kind of, frankly, end up with a lot of just unnecessarily strong enemies because you are not powerful enough for these. Yeah, Uma's dead. Okay, that's not great. Okay, I could probably outspeed and go for Ember. I don't like that, given that Carmen's a fighting type, but oh wait, it's Fighting Charge, that's right. But I really need to just delete this man. Why do you know Toxic? Again, the move sets on these guys are actually just, I don't know how best to describe them other than really, really niche. Because they have moves that are very specifically tailored to mess with you. I know the one that really bothers me is Watson. I know for a fact that Watson has what is it? He has hidden power ice on every single Pokemon he has hidden power ice to specifically counter your ground types. And it is BS of the highest order. That is just high grade nonsense. It's purely there just to throw you off. It's not there because they need it. Okay, I might need to swap Carmen. Yeah, I'm gonna swap Carmen now. I don't feel like dealing with that. I'm gonna put Jenna in because Jenna has an ice type move, and I'm fairly certain this will work. At least I hope so. Forward power. Doesn't gonna do much. God. These guys are tough though. I appreciate that this game is challenging, but it also is just, man, it can be a little unfair at times. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, Jenna pulled us through. This is good. My god. That was the second gym. Oh, geez. And we got HM Flash, which doesn't really do anything in this game. I've still not seen where HM Flash is meant to be used. Okay. I think I'm just going to go through the middle, I think. Well, I want the full stop, so... I think we're gonna go this way. Oh no, the same route layout. I see. Oh boy. I also just had the thought that tomorrow I have to take Stella Glow off the schedule It feels very weird to think about the fact that Stellar Glow won't be on the schedule this week. Oh yes, I have to remember. It's we're starting Phoenix Wright this Thursday, so I have to remember that. I have to change that out. I do need to make sure I know which. I think the game itself will tell me which Phoenix Wright I'm doing, but I have to double check. I will double check anyway, just because, you know, I'm like that. I like to make sure. Let's see, Pokeballs. Grab the. Use the luxury ball. That should work. Skitty is best kitty. I really like Skitty. I think Skitty is an adorable design. And Delcatty is I actually really like Delcatty in Pokemon Coliseum. It will be clear which title to pick. Okay. I will make sure and double check. In battle, it makes its tail puff out and threatens foes with a sharp growl. Aw. I am naming... Actually, I'm gonna name Skitty Lady. After the Aristocat. That's nice. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. It's the only one without a subtitle. Ah, I see, I see. Okay. I see. I will make sure... I'll make sure I have it set up then. That's good, though. I did buy it on the Switch, so I'll be able to go back to console streaming again. It makes me happy only because of the fact that it's the easiest for me to stream. If it's on a console, it is always easier for me to stream. Because it's usually just plug and play for me. I'm not usually so concerned with what I have to set up or how I have to set it up. It's just, okay, plug in the TV, get things set up, and then it's the quickest setup. I don't have to worry so much about stuff like this, where it's like, oh, I have to set up the specific emulator or any of that stuff. It's just, oh, nope, all right, we're good. I'm gonna name this coughing Efferant. But I think that'll be fun. I have been looking forward to this since it was redeemed, so I am curious. I think it's also just because it's the first time in a while that we've had a brand new series that I'm excited for, but I'm also anticipating the sad repercussions from what we know happened to Persona 5. Oh yeah, no, the Persona 5 is gonna be sad as heck this week. It is gonna be sad as heck this week. I can guarantee that it's gonna be sad as heck this week. And I know I have some stuff I need to do in terms of confidants, and I hope I can get them done. Let's see, do I need to level up anybody? I do need to level up everybody in my team. I can do that in the next route. Yeah, between like it's we have both on the docket this week, right? Because Persona 5 we have the consequences of our actions. And when we're dealing with Phoenix Wright, we're getting started with a brand new game. So I am very curious how things will go overall. We have a lot of stuff to think about for the whole week. It'll be fun. Trying to learn Body Slam. Body Slam's fantastic, actually. It'd be great. I think also and Sunday's gonna be Mario Kart because Nahamaha redeemed for it, so I'll probably do, let's see, I'm trying to think. I think I'll probably do it as a play with viewers thing because we don't have a new DLC, so we'll be doing, it'll just be a playing day. So this next Sunday will be us getting to hang out and play some fun Pokemons. Or not Pokemons, Mario Kart. Boy, my brain's turning off. Brain did the thing. It was like, I was like, wait a minute. But playing Mario Kart will be fun. Bludge. Bludge would be fantastic, actually. So it looks like it'll be another exciting week. Self-destruct, please no. I would rather you don't. Haze. We already have Clear Smog, so we're good there. Alrighty. I think Hera's going to become our de facto leader for now, because we do not have a Pokemon that really stands as a massive powerhouse yet. I'm kind of hoping that Jenna will evolve soon so I can use Jenna properly. Oh, stuff. The M3 focus pump. Interesting. I'm happy that everybody's enjoying the stories we're going through, though. I'm happy that we're getting to have all that together. It's been fun. I've been having a lot of fun lately with streams. It's been my chance to escape any of the stuff that's kind of like, if I'm stressed about work, it's like, okay, I can relax a little bit and, you know, just focus on the game. That's been really nice for me. It's certainly kept me a little bit more sane. Especially with how I think music is probably the hardest thing to work on, frankly. Because music is the hardest part. And I think I have been a little bit tough on myself because I'm thinking, oh, well, why isn't it done yet? And it's like, well, it's not done yet because it's hard. Music's hard. Especially because I'm writing some of the most important themes in the game. And those themes aren't just going to just pop out of my head, right? It's like, no, it's gonna take time. You're going to need to put some time and effort into making these themes work. And when they're done, they're done. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, they're done when they're done. And it is funny though, because it's a stark contrast to when I started streaming. Because when I started streaming, it was really hard for me because I was, you know, it was like I wasn't used to it. It was pretty stressful because I was not assured in my ability to talk and to perform and to, you know, do both things at the same time. To be able to talk and play games at the same time, but now I'm actually quite good at it, I think. I've certainly improved greatly since my first series. It was funny. How long have you been streaming? About a year and a half now. I started in January of last year. And I started with... That's why I mentioned whenever we're playing Persona. That's why Persona is important to me. Because I started streaming with Shin Megami Tensei 5. And it basically took about the same amount of time that Persona is taking now. Just about, maybe a month less, I think. But I played an Atlas game to start my streaming career, and I feel like doing a new one each year is kind of like my way of, oh, I'm going to celebrate how long I've been streaming by playing another game from their library. I'm going to stretch really quick. Nahamaha, I know that you're doing well, and I hope that you're smiling right now, because if you're not smiling, force yourself to smile, because you deserve it. And if you ever think that your day is not going the best it can, know that I believe it can always get better. That is your affirmation. Oh, stretch. My shoulders do not like me. I did a fair bit of lifting today because I had to move some stuff for my mom, and I work out not because I want to look cool, because I don't look like, I look good, but I don't look like, I don't look, you know, the prime physique. I don't do it to look good though. I work out so I can lift heavy things for my mom. I want to be of help to people. I want to be able to lift things. Ugh. And I drank some water. Really the greatest form of the greatest reason to keep in shape, because you want to be of help to people. It certainly helps to keep me in shape for sure. Oh, you know what? Rest would actually be good. I'm gonna do rest over encore. Whew, feel a lot better. Thank you, Namaha. We don't need Snore though. I just need Armin is... Oh, bulk up is really good actually. That'd be fantastic. Let's do bulk up over quick. And that goes for everybody, by the way. I hope you find a reason to smile and keep yourself... I want everyone to keep themselves as happy as they can. Ephraim can learn Gyro Ball? You can learn Gyro Ball? Really? Did not know that. But yeah, I've been streaming for about a year and a half now. I started in January of 2022. It's been a very interesting journey. I went through I've kind of made my way through to the group I'm in right now with like the friends I've made in streaming. I know that one of the things that was curious for me was that I started with not really knowing how to get into streaming, because I started streaming as a means so that I could learn more about video games by playing more. Because I had the logical chain of events of, okay, well, I need to get all of the projects I do to people. And I also need to learn more about games and keep up with the current, what people are into and stuff. And I started, looking into it, and I'm like, oh, well, I should try streaming then. And I have found that it has been a very effective way for me to keep myself educated, because I've been able to learn new things, talk to new people, and also give myself reasons to continue to play all these games that I don't normally get to finish. And also trying out games that I don't think I would have played naturally. I think the best example right now is Stellar Glow. I don't think I would have naturally come across Stellar Glow unless somebody redeemed it like that. And honestly, it's been absolutely wonderful for me and for my ability for broadening my horizons on that stuff. It's been really nice. I've been happy that I've found a place that I'm really comfortable in. On the internet, I'm really comfy. Even if I make like a VTuber model, and I start making, I change aesthetics a little bit here and there, I feel like the majority of the things, like, the channel's not going to change that much. I feel like it's in the closest form to being basically what it's going to be for probably a good long while. I don't know if I would change a lot of things very quickly anyway, because just kind of not how the person I am, Stellar Glow sold pretty poorly everywhere. It may have sold poorly, but it's interesting because I have a habit of even before my reason to smile with the 2-inch fingers of Lloyd and Anya from Spy Family that I got from a blind bag yesterday. They both posed to be sitting down sleeping. Amy posed so they could sleep against the shoulder of the other. Oh, that's cute. I think it sold 40K in Japan. I think it was a couple 100,000 in worldwide, and then I think it was even less in the States. No, I think it was, well, I forget how much it sold, but I know that it sold respectably for a 3DS game without an IP behind it. But yeah, no, I do think that it's weird because I've had games like that before. I actually own a lot of games that are not the the big sellers. Because I own a lot of games like that, actually. I have a bunch of the weird sellers, and it wasn't advertised well. Yeah, I think some games die to advertising death than even the game itself, right? I think a great example of that kind of stuff is when a game dies to advertising is when a company just doesn't give it any word of mouth, right? Which sucks, but it's also, what do you do about it? You have a Celio. Celio is fantastic. Walrein is what I'm going for, and I really hope we can get Walrein. Because Walrein is very powerful. Sense of it was some short videos on YouTube, which I found after I bought it. It's a funny example of a game that I got that I don't think, if I was looking at it naturally, I don't think I would have gotten it any other way, was Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. And by extension, a bunch of the games that I didn't realize were middles of series until later. Because there's a bunch of games like that in my collection where I played them in isolation first. I don't trust this ninja. There's something here about this lad that, never mind, he's dead. I was about to say, I'm really scared of this thing. And then I whopped him over the face. I see how it is. I should probably swap out Taco Cat. I should not have kept him in. Zen Headbutt. Go. And dead. Hey, that was pretty good. But I'm happy that in the modern age of games having online presences, I'm happy that games have been getting minor renaissance on the internet. Like Stellar Glow having a small and devout fan base is, I think, great for it. And then similarly, stuff like, I would even say other games that are, similar in scale and size, having small and devout fan bases that are able to take care of it. And it's not necessarily so much that, oh, these games are going to be these big worldwide sensations, but they're good for the people who find them. And I think the people who love the games and will tend to them with genuine care and love are going to be the ones who are rewarded for it, because they're rewarded emotionally for having this love. I don't like Soul Rock. I am leaving that alone. I don't want to be here. I don't want to deal with that thing. I am good. I am good. I'm out of here. I am at the level cap. I don't need to be here anymore. And I have 6 Pokemon, so we're good. Gonna get out of here. Okay, full stop. Thank goodness. Okay. Okay, does anybody need a stone to evolve? I need a moonstone. I do need a moonstone. I think I'm gonna double check, but because the Professor Birch does let me check how to evolve Pokemon. I think I'd like to say it's 42. 44. Okay, that's still pretty good. Okay, let me see if I can get a moonstone for Lady really quick. You sell moonstones? Firestone. That's not helpful. That is not helpful. That is not helpful in the slightest. What do I do? You know, I'm gonna buy 2 irons and just give them to... I think I'm gonna double check, but I think I'm gonna give one to... I'm gonna give... One's going to Jenna for sure. I think the other one's gonna go to Hera. I think that's good. I think there's a lot of games that I feel bad that they're also just not getting the attention from their, you know, corporate holders. I think a great example of a game that's not getting enough because of just the nature of them getting enough is Skies of Arcadia. We played that, and I love that game, and I feel so bad that it doesn't get more attention. I'm gonna use the Sassy Mint on Jenna so that we have... Because she'll lose speed, but her special defense will be higher, which will be important later. Certain of it. You know what? Actually, I should probably use the Jolly Mint on Carmen. Because I don't really mind... I don't mind losing special attack, but special defense would be scary. There's a lot of games, though, that when you know them, you love them. Let's see. Do I need any other items? I don't think so. Let me go. I also like that I've gotten to play a lot of weird stuff in the last year and a half. I've gotten to try some stuff. Oh, you. Juan has been a run killer for me numerous times now. This dude is a monster. I don't know why. This dude is just a freak of nature, and I hate him. All right, let's see if I can deal with him this time. Rising gas. Sludge bomb. I'm faster? Really? Serious with that? That is not good. Oh, he has Dragon Dance. That's terrifying. I have no flying types. Assurance. I don't like that he keeps Dragon Dancing. That's worrying. That is scary. I don't like that. How much is Assurance gonna do? Oh, and he has a Citrus Berry. Oh, what a jerk. Oh wait, I can clear Smog. I missed. Uh-oh. That's worried. I should have clear Smogged earlier. Ow. Do not kill. Please don't kill. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, clear Smog. I remembered I have that. I have this. I have this move. I can get rid of his status ailments. Or status boosts. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, good. Whew. Okay, that could have gotten a lot scarier if I didn't have that. Stop Dragon Dancing, you absolute dense fish. I don't like this. Friggin' jeez. I don't like that. I just don't like... Oh. Yeah, I you know what? I was correct in not liking that. That is scary. Okay. That changes her down again. If he waterfalls, though, I could get cooked. So I just kill him. Just die. Please. Okay, yeah, I'm at the level cap. Yeah, this thing is the... Yeah, that Kingler is the Pokemon that got me last time in my own playthroughs. I don't like this thing. I don't want to deal with this Kingler. I don't like this Kingler. Liquidation. What does this move even do? It just does too much damage. Life Orb. Of course it has a Life Orb. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, I just hope I poison it, and maybe I can get it with one of the other Pokemon. Never mind, it's dead. Why? Why did he die in one hit? I don't like that. That scares me. Alright, Epheram, just do your thing. Just please, just... Oh, okay, well, poison's good. That's a Volt Switch. Critical. Oh, that's okay. You know what? Ephraim did far more than I expected, so I give him credit. He did fantastic. Oh god, who goes in? I think Hera can do it, but this is scary. I don't like this. This invokes the fear. Fake out. Okay, I can fake out first turn, and that's good. Dizzy punch. Well, it didn't knock out. It didn't confuse, but oh, protect. Ah. Pain and suffering, truly. Sorry for focusing in on the game. My brain just was like, okay, wait, no, I need to focus. This is the part of the game where they ask you, hey, do you know what you're doing? And I get scared. They start throwing hands in this part of the game, and it is worrying. Because every single fight turns into, oh man, if I make a mistake, I get cooked. Because this has happened to me before. I get to a point where I just start getting decimated, and Juan is scary. Is it weird I don't remember Juan at all from Emerald? I know he existed in the games. I just don't remember him much. Because I think it was always Wallace who was the water type trainer in Ruby and Emerald, in Ruby and Sapphire, I mean. Oh, I'd have to go through the game show? Oh, that'd be fine. You know what? That'll be fun. I could do something with this. I also need to catch 2 Pokemon. I need to catch Pokemon. Let's put Carmen up. This should work. Go anywhere? Oh boy. I like this roguelike though. I think the ROM hack creators should be proud of themselves because they made a fantastic thing with this. And I think it also introduces some interesting changes that I don't think many people were expecting. Let's see. Okay, well there's a I should not have ran ahead this far, but it's fine. Never mind, that's not fine. What is this team? Why do they have 4 Pokemon? They have Swords Dance and they're faster. I don't like that. I don't like that they're able to do that. Thankfully, I outclassed them in power, but... Famous last words. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh yeah, that is scary. What is that? We're in Hail. Arrow's trying to learn Crunch. That's actually very strong. Holy crap. Just, yeah, famous last words. I'm about to run right in. Heal Bell. What does this do? Oh, let's be cured of status ailments. Well, I don't need that, but that's pretty good. Aqua Cat can also learn Crunch. I think I'm gonna stick with a shirt. Actually, no, I'll give Crunch because that's 5 more uses. And it's also base power is 80. And if I get stuck in another danger fight like the one, that'd be great. Oh, Intimidate. Oh, God. I'm gonna bulk up then. I could bulk up a few times if as long as he doesn't hit me too hard. I could bulk up a few times. I am going to need to bulk up a few times because I'm pretty sure this guy's about to throw hands. Never mind, he's a special attacker. Oh, well, it didn't do too much. This is... like I said, the fights as you get further into a run like this, they get scarier and scarier with every passing gym. Because for some reason, every single gym leader is stacked to the 9s with insane power. Because some of them have some insanely, you know, meta-relevant teams. Which is bizarre to think about in Gen 3. But man, they got some good stuff going on. Okay, I might need to swap out Carmen. Oh, Torkoal is... Torkoal is scary, though, because Torkoal could be... I know Torkoal has Overheat, and Overheat does a lot of damage even when it's not effective. It is a very powerful move. Oh, they have Iron Defense. That's great. That's fantastic. I'm gonna Peck. I guess I'm just gonna try different moves until we're able to get through. Also, Torkoal is weirdly powerful. I don't know what the deal is with that, but Torkoal has some surprisingly tough. I don't know why either. It just is. Yeah, this is getting to be larger than average, yikes. Oh man, Sunny Day Torkoal is a menace. Yeah, Sunny Day Torkoal is an absolute nightmare, which is why Drought, having the fact that Torkoal can have Drought in later games is just nightmarish. The fact that you can actually start a fight with, oh, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. I hate that. I hate all of that. I need to swap out, but I don't know who into. Taco Cat. I think Taco Cat can handle this, maybe. I hope so. Bulk up. Oh, that's fantastic. That's terrifying. I don't need that in my life. Zen Headbutt. Yeah, I am faster. That's right. Whew. Might be enough. It was not. It's bulking up. Okay, thank goodness it's bulking up again. I was about to say that would have been. I would have been more worried if it did something like use agility and just outspeed me. That I would be far more scared of that, but we're good. My goodness, I did not need that level of stress in my life. I don't think I'm gonna teach it. I actually don't know if I'm gonna teach it Blaze Kick, but I'm gonna check what moves I have. I do not know if I'm gonna teach Blaziken Blaze Kick. It might be worth it. I think Blaze Kick's good because of Bird. It has a high critical hit ratio. But raising speed would be nice. Yeah, let's go for pure damage. It'll be fun. It will be fun. Okay, well, now that that nightmare is over, I still need to catch another Pokemon. Probably go back in the route a little. Yeah, I should go back in the route a little bit. I have been working on the VTuber model, and I think what I'm probably going to... Oh, Metang is good. Actually, wait. No, this is actually very hype. Metang is really good. Not to mention, dummy strong. This lad can tank a lot. Let's try and catch a Metang. This is great. But whenever the model is complete, you know, whenever the VTuber model is done, I'm actually going to do... I think I'm going to do something in Discord and show the model off. But because I don't think I'm going to start using it in streams until it's like... I'd actually prefer to show you guys first and ask, like, hey, do you guys think this model... It would just basically be going in the spot where my current form is. And if I wanted to, I can swap between them at will, because I don't really mind. Beldum line has low catch chance, I think. Does it? What the happened? Did my controller do the thing again? It did. Meh. Oh, there we go. Could have sworn they do. I think they do. Well, no, I think they do. I think they do use her. I think it's just that I used an Ultra Ball, so that time I was like, no, you're staying in the ball. You are staying in the ball. Ios. But whenever that comes around, I will probably privately show everybody the model, the VTuber model, because I feel like I would rather make sure that you guys are into the change than just make the change on a stream and then just, oh yeah, here it is. Here's the new changes. Like, I'd rather make sure that you guys like the model and like where it's going to go in the channel than just throw it in and just hope that people like it. It's like, I don't know. I'd rather just like actually show you guys like, hey, yeah, here's the thing. Here's the model. And then see how people like it. All right, I'm gonna skip that trainer because I don't want to deal with that. But I think people will like it because I've been putting some good time into it, and I think it'll be fun. It'll be a fun design, I think. I am gonna enter the game show and then leave immediately. I don't want to go in there. Powerful Pokemon. Yes, please. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I know I made a mistake coming in here. Do you know why I know I made a mistake coming in here? That is a Regice. Yes, it is. Do you know why I just realized I made a mistake coming in here? Because before you can claim one of these Pokemon, you have to battle a trainer. And I realized the last time I battled one of these trainers, it didn't go very well. Luckily, you have a Steel type. Yes. I also have a Fire type, so I should be fine. No, see, the thing I'm worried about is this idiot. Hello. It's actually this person that I'm actually far more scared of than anything. This trainer is probably stacked to the 9s. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I don't want to deal with this. Okay. Crunch. I could go for Dizzy Punch next if this doesn't knock out. Yeah. Oh. I don't like that. I don't like that. Why does everything in their grandmother have Dragon Dance now? Why? Why do you all have Dragon Dance? You don't need it. You can keep it. You can keep that Dragon Dancing nonsense to yourself. Freaking. Jeez, man. I don't need that. I don't need that level of stress in my life. Oh my lord. Psychic? Psychic would actually be hype. That would be good. Let's give it a Miracle Eye. I don't need that. Just that the number of Pokemon I've seen in the last 30 minutes that have had Dragon Dance is really freaking me out. It's like, I don't want to deal with that, man. That's scary. It just, there's a certain amount of fear that goes through me seeing something with Dragon Dance consistently go for. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I know this idiot has Dragon Dance too. Oh, he has Ice Fang. That's almost where you know how to beat it. I know how to beat it. Just, it's annoying. It's like, really? Mute the game, no music, no dancing. You right. No, you right. I get. You are. Power Whip? What? Why do you have Power Whip? Of all the moves in the game, why do you have this? Why? Just why? Might Yenna? Okay, this I might want to swap out to Carmen because I don't think Hera could survive on even if I heal. I think it'd be best for me to swap. Scary face. This is fine. I could flame charge first, maybe? Actually, no, I'll double kick first. Okay, no items, so that sucks. I will say the animations for some of these are really good. I like the animations. Because they had to make custom animations for certain moves in this game, because they added new moves to the game. Love Disc. I don't trust that. That's a Psychic type move. That does nothing? Okay, that fight's over. Holy crap. Hallelujah. Holy crap. Okay. I now need to try for the Reggie. I think I'm gonna try. I'll send Eos out because I don't want to risk the others I have. I am gonna heal up as best I can, just in case Hera needs to go in. Have any potions? I have potions. This will have to do. 1.5 million potions, specifically to coalesce for one Pokemon. I'll just have to deal. All right, good. Wait, no, wait. I need to heal. There we go. Excellent. Okay, good. Hello. Hi, Regice. How you doing? It's been a bit, hasn't it? I remember the last time I got a hold of you. I still don't trust you. Bullet Punch. It won't kill. I know that. Yeah, this thing is way too powerful to get knocked out like that. It's very... Frankly, Regice is scary because this thing does have extreme power. Now, actually, oh, it gained everything. I see. That's not fantastic if I need to keep... I have an Ultra Ball, though. Now, the question is, who do I swap out? Because I want to keep this Regice. I just don't know what place will it take? Because I don't really know. Oh, actually, Lady. I haven't used Lady at all. I should probably swap. I want to use Skitty, but I don't. I can't guarantee a Moonstone. I'm gonna name Reggie. You know what, Reggie? Reggie. We'll just name it Reggie. This is fine. All right, Lady. I'll see you later. I'll probably be back here later when I die, so it's fine. Potions to cap off. I think now I just need to do the... I'll need to do the level up battle before I go in, because I want to be careful. Taco Cat, go up front. Get in there. I can help you level up if you like. Level 45 is the current cap. Yes, please. I would rather actually survive. I would rather survive. I want to win. Can't see. I like this, though, because it lets you level up right up to the level cap before a fight. So you can be at the level cap before you go in, which is very helpful. You don't get any money from this, though, so you just kind of get what you get. Fine. Meteor Mash is going to take the place of Pursuit. I'd rather have Meteor Mash and Bullet Punch. Having the option to go first would be nice, especially in stressful situations. Reggie needs Thorn Ice Beam. Oh, that's right, because you don't have any ice moves. I forgot. You catch Reggie Ice, and he doesn't have ice moves at this point. It's so weird. I don't know why that is. It concerns me. We'll keep this. This is okay. Hera's trying to learn Endure. We don't need that because my foresight in Pokemon is very bad, and I know that. All right, and Jenna evolves to Walrein, which means we now have the strongest version possible for this line, which is fantastic because Walrein's great. Come to think of it, that means we now have two different Pokemon that classify as like major powerhouses. And we get Metagross. This is great. We actually are really good for this. This is great. Let's see. So we've done Psychic, Fire, and Water for gyms. So of the available options, I don't think, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think there are... I even have enough money to ask. For a cause I can provide you glimpse of the future, do you want to insert 4,000? Yeah, I want to know. Oh, it's a fire type. That's fantastic. Okay, good. That's actually good to know, because we can put in Jenna and just watch her go. Alright. Though, if it's fire type, so... Oh, hi, Flannery. That said, if it's fire type, she could very easily whip out the BS with, some sort of... Oh, man, I just realized I could... Oh, it has Sunlight. That's right. This is when they start giving home field advantages for the gym leaders. Why do you know Superpower? What? Why do you know this move? And why did you take so little damage? Oh no, I am in danger. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. I need to swap to Eos and hope that he survives, because I am... Oh no, that's not good. Superpower. Okay, this will do normal damage. Yes, it will. Okay. I think if I can... Man, if I can go for something, I think I can go for a... I can go for Bullet Punch. It was a critical hit, though. So that wasn't even a critical. That was just a hit. Holy crap. This thing is just spamming Superpower. Holy crap. Why? I don't like that. I don't like this. These gym battles get intense. I really wish I had a weather set up now. I wish I could get rid of that. I kind of just have to spam Bullet Punch and hope that I can deal enough damage. High horsepower. Yep, that's the... I will say this. There are 3 Pokemon I can think of that in recent memory that have decimated my ability to play this game. One of them is Rapidash. It's like Rapidash, Kingler, and I think... No, I think it's just those 2. Those 2 Pokemon just have consistently been able to throw me into the dirt. Because for some reason, Rapidash is just so scary at this point. And I don't know why. For some reason, this Pokemon is just actually just a very powerful opponent. Okay, I'm gonna throw in Carmen because I don't think anyone else can survive. Wait, I'm an idiot. I just thought about that when I did that. I really have to hope Carmen's attack power is just better than that. Okay, cool. Man. And this is what I meant, where they just have abilities that make no sense. Oh, that's another Blaziken. I have Peck, so I could maybe just go for that. That did a lot of damage, actually. You have close combat. That's not good. Yep, that's instant. That's an instant knockout. That's not good. Oh, it gets speed boost. They even have the speed boost, Blaziken. It's not even... It's not even the fun one where it's just, oh, it just has Blaze or whatever. It's like, nope, you have to deal with that. You have to deal with the fact that this thing is going to be... Oh, hi. At least I have inner focus. God, this battle is making me hurt a lot. This is making me hurt. Mentally, physically, metaphysically. Okay, this is good because it protected, so now I can get agility off, which is fantastic. That's great. Okay, now I'm definitely faster than Blaziken when he comes back out, so that's... There we go. Yeah, there we go. I'm thinking back at the decisions I've made that got me to this point, and I don't think any of them are helping me. Oh, they all have Protect. Why do you all have Protect? These gym leaders are highly specific in their niche coverings. Oh, and I got the speed boost. That's probably why it protected. Oh, I missed. Oh. I just realized what it's doing. It's giving a speed boost and passing it off. That's wild. Huh. Well, I'm just gonna crunch them. It might flinch, maybe? Maybe? Well, defense lowered is just as good. Lava Plume is not good. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Ugh. I was correct that it was gonna do a lot of damage. It is, oh, it has leftovers. Can't keep missing these dead headbutts. Okay, well, Taco Cat's dead. That's not good. This is suddenly turning around on me, and I'm not sure I like it at all. I think I need to send in Jenna and hope that she gets to go first, but... Oh, wait, you know what? I could send in Hera now. I think Hera could probably get in and do fine. I think this will be fine. Oh, I got burned. God dang it. Well, that's rough. So, also, by the way, the weather effects coming in and just being on, that's just part of this, by the way. They just, gym leaders after a certain point just get preferred treatment like that. They actually get preferred weather elements right off the top. Which is just absolutely the worst. Especially at this point where every little bit of damage matters, and them being able to get free additional damage is just pain. I am not getting that confusion at all. That is... Okay, yeah, I think I wipe here. I think I wipe here. Which makes me sad, but I think it's also... good, given that I don't want to send Reggie out into that. He's gonna die. And I do not have the healing items for this. Brian, maybe? I hope this kills. Please kill. Okay, it did. Jeez. I don't know why that wasn't doing it earlier, but... I don't think rest has priority, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get rest off, but I don't think I even have enough healing items to... Do I have anything that can go for more than 50? I have to go for rest, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get cooked. Oh no, it protected. That's fine. Okay, that's good. Thank goodness. Okay, so they went for the same strategy, but since they only have the one Pokemon, they can't do it. That's fine. I'll just take it. I'll take it. That's fine. He's gonna be faster than me anyway. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. That's right. Close combat exists. Oh my god. Please wake up, Jenna. Oh no, she's dead. She is dead as hell. That is not good. She's dead as hell. Like, unless very specifically she wakes up. Nope. Okay, we're dead. Oh, I am pretty sure Reggie is not gonna be able to do a thing about this, so I don't think Reggie's gonna be able to survive this one. I don't think my giant chunk of ice is gonna be able to fight a Blaziken who's 3 times speed. Or well, I think it's 2.5, but still. He's got 3 up on speed. I think he's just gonna cook me. Bulldoze. We'll just go for it, I guess. Yeah, we're dead. that Blaziken just, he played Broom 64. He swept me. That's nuts. We got money. I will save my progress. Honestly, this was fun, so I'm happy we got to do this. I will talk to Scott and get the rewards. Got a bunch of stuff because we won a bunch of fights, so that's good. We did. Oh, we can get the bike shop. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know we could buy the bike. I mean, it makes logical sense, but oh, who's this man? Finally, you must be this Roy I've been told about. You seem a bit slower than expected. I know. I have a couple of bikes. I've been looking to have them. Oh, you just gave me the bikes. So that's. I thought you look like you're struggling to carry that much. Tell you what, take one. If you ever want to swap it out, let me know. Love the mock bike? Yes, I do. Love the mock bike. I might as well just grab up what I can while I'm here, and then I'll get to it. I am very confused though I am very confused how people turn on the other regions because I do not understand it. We'll do the slight bit of maintenance, and then I will save, and then I will call it for tonight. Find a Pekka berry and a Rossberry. Oranberry. I think planting all these is good anyway, because then it means we have more for later, so. I like this. I like roguelikes. I think they're probably one of the easiest genres to sink in time. Because you can just kind of immediately sink into them to get a lot done. Alrighty. Yep, I think I'll just save for now. Oh. Something's. Alrighty then. It's been fun tuning into the stream, and I'm excited to see my Fox adoption when it gets done. I'm really looking forward to getting to it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing that Fox adoption as my means of de-stressing in between work and stuff, because honestly, getting to do artwork like that is always fun. It's like, I think art for me is usually a de-stressor, unless I'm like, you know, panicking about it, like it's like part of something else, so. But it'll be fun. So I will see to it as soon as I can. But for now, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you to everyone who got to stop by who didn't get to stay to the end. This week is going to be exciting as usual. I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope I have more information soon for you guys for Red Genie. And if I can get everything I want done this week, then I should be able to start putting some really important stuff up soon. So, but we'll see though. We're raiding over to Hecko today, so I will see you guys soon. Goodbye for now.